Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. All right, so this week up on the docket, of course, as always, we're going to be starting off with our account updates, everything we've been up to this week, and any content we might be coming out with. And then we'll be going into the update for the week, which is going to be the Theater of Blood entry mode improvements. So this is
Yeah.
some more Pulse 78 stuff,
I like
some
it.
more quality of life stuff to make it a little bit nicer whenever you do go to Theater of Blood for that quest, more than likely. And then,
Or for learning.
yeah, or for learning. Oh, and then we'll be going right into a few community updates, and these are going to be for the Gilnor Gazette as well as the Community Showcase. A couple things we haven't seen in quite a few months.
Yeah,
I think most people don't even know what the Community Showcase is, but
I don't. But I mean, context clues, I could kind of guess.
yeah, it's not
Also,
really.
I read it.
Yeah, really, if you want to know what the Community Showcase is, just go to Reddit, and they just pulled all the most popular stuff from the
Actually,
last few
though,
months.
huh?
But yeah, so you can check that out, or we are going to be covering that here as well. And then we'll be finishing off with our typical Q&A. Of course, as always, if you do want to participate in the Q&A, give us any questions. It could be game related, real life related, other game related. You can send that to any of our socials that you can find at the end of the episode, or join our Discord. And Michelle, of course, does stream with all of those at twitch.tv/Boonbabe.
Yeah, 5 days a week. Literally just wherever you can find us. If you want to be in the Q&A, ask us there.
Yep. So before we get into any of that, though, Michelle, how's it going?
Really, really well. I've had a very exciting week.
Nice.
I haven't gotten like any big purples or anything. I want to start out by saying that.
She's like, no big purples, just 5 staffs.
Yeah. Ugh. But I was proud of myself because I finally was like, yo, I said that I want to work on maxing this year. And here I am, not a skill leveled in like 3 weeks. So I did some agility and I got to 89 agility.
Yeah, you just what's really funny is you do get a lot of experience in skills you already have maxed.
Yeah. You know, you kind of get a lot of ranged XP doing TOA.
Oh, not even that. I just mean you probably have gotten several max skills worth of farming XP and nothing to show for it.
I'll have something to show for when I get my sweet angel tingle root.
Uh-huh.
I'm at 57 mil farming XP now. I farm every day at the beginning of the stream, but that's only half an hour.
And at the end.
I usually do the one thing at the end. I check on my contracts.
Wow.
Anyway. So yeah, I got my agility to 89, which I'm very happy about. And I'm trying to get to 90 because I'm still doing the Arty course. I'm just taking like hella summer pies with me and just keeping preserve on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strategy, baby. Other than that, I've also been doing some barbarian fishing because I think that this will be like my new semi-AFK thing. It's just something that I could easily do and drop without having to run around. So I'm doing that on mobile now, actually, while we record. Because I wanted to get base 90s, and it's funny because my fishing's already 91. But it's just like all the ones that are below 90, I can't really do not paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I find shooting stars, but at first you have to find them, which is kind of annoying.
I mean, you could, it's not super AFK, but it is like fairly like low input whenever you get used to it. I mean, I don't know from experience, but from what I've seen, you can try doing like the Dark Sepulchre for agility.
From whenever I did before, it was not chill at all.
I know because
Arty's better.
Well, the fact that you never look anything up before you do it probably wouldn't help.
I did look it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know some people have like, you know how you can download other people's like ground tiles and stuff like that?
Yeah, I didn't have that, to be fair.
Yeah, I know some people have like starter versions of that so that it'll make it a lot easier. But I mean, obviously, I think the whole learning process wouldn't be AFK or anything like that. But I've seen people that once they get into it, it's really just like a few clicks to get through each obstacle.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not AFK by any means, but it's still like fairly low input for pretty high experience per hour.
I think I'll do Sepulchre whenever I feel like actually paying attention. Because Arty, like, it's also not AFK at all. But, like, it doesn't really matter if I go AFK there, you know? I'm just chilling on this course. Nothing bad can happen. Not like Sepulchre where I'll just have to keep getting pushed back over and over.
Well, you can go AFK in between the obstacles.
There's a timer in Sepulchre, too.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get kicked out.
I mean, you could just do 1 lap at a time.
True, I could.
There's not a really, a really big commitment.
I want to pay attention to it because I heard that it could be fun. So,
yeah, I don't think anyone thinks Sepulchre's fun, but it is
scare me.
the fastest experience by far.
But anyway, yeah, so I got my agility up, working on this. Was also doing like some prayer in the wilderness until I got PK'd, and then I was like, all right, done with that. And yeah, other than that, I've just been doing like a crazy amount of TOA per usual.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got a split the other day. I got a ring split, 2.5 mil.
Yeah, you haven't really gotten any items recently.
Nothing crazy, yeah. The ring split, I mean, like, even that I was fine with because I've been going for transmogs lately, so I am wiping a lot in the raid. So I was like, I will literally take whatever gold I can get because I'm losing tons of money here.
Yeah.
So that was still chill, and it was funny. There was actually quite a few of us there, but everyone else was like, "Nah, I don't want my split," and I was like, "Yes, give me their part." So I got 2.5 mil, and
I feel like in that case, you should still get whatever your split would have been, and then the main person gets all of the split.
I think that they were just pitying me.
Yeah.
I think it was a classic case of pity Michelle.
Yeah, certainly.
Which I have no issue with. I think that was that same night. It might have been actually the next day. I got the Zavak transmog.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that one with a boat vendor. And it's just like the flattest pet you've ever seen in your life, you guys.
Well, it's a crocodile.
He's so flat, though. It's like nuts. Whenever I posted a picture, I was taking a screenshot, and I was like, I feel like you don't even notice him because he's just like on the ground flat.
Yeah, he's a crocodile.
He's really, you don't get it.
You don't.
You don't get it.
I don't think you get it. Have you seen a crocodile?
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
flat.
like they're not balloons.
There's this one Twitter account. I can't say it on here, but it's called, they do flat F-word Fridays, and it's just pictures of really flat crocodiles.
What a weird Twitter account.
They really like crocodiles.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I was thinking about that account whenever I got him. It's so cute. It's very long. It's my first like big pet like that. I think it's only that and Calfight Queen that are huge. Or
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I was like Calfight Queen.
Penance Queen. Penance
yeah.
Queen.
Penance Queen isn't that big.
Penance Queen is 2 tiles.
Really?
Yeah. Perky had Penance Queen out yesterday, and I was like, God
whenever,
damn.
Whenever I see it, it doesn't seem that big, but I guess compared to other pets, it's pretty big.
Yeah, that and Zabak are, I think, the only ones that are 2 tiles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Some of them seem big, though.
Yeah.
But apparently aren't. But, yeah, it's a really nice pet. I love it so much. Of course I do. Like, how could I not? It's beautiful. And I also just feel like such a gamer having it.
Yeah.
But after I got the transmog, we were just running no stress. Dude, I've gotten to the point now raiding where I say very chill 360 raids. 360 is chill for me now.
Well, I mean, compared to 450,
Exactly.
it's a lot easier.
Yeah, people were laughing at that in the chat. They were like, dang, you just called like a 360 chill. And I was like, wow, I've really changed from last month, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've changed a lot. But it was cool. Like, we were like wearing Jad slippers the entire raid and stuff. And we ended up getting a ward, which was cool. It was a 1.3 mil split.
Huge.
Which again, I was like, yeah, I wiped a lot today. I'm taking this.
Yeah, and each wipe is what, like 500k, right?
Yep, 0.5 mil.
Yeah.
Whenever like my teammate dies, if you guys don't know this, you should do this. If your teammate dies and you know that you guys are gonna wipe, just telly out if you can. I use my raid as blessing and leave.
Oh, if you tell you how it doesn't cost money?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's...
Your teammate has to pay for it.
Okay.
So if you're the first one to die, you're paying every time.
Yeah. That's funny. That's kind of dumb, but that's funny.
A lot of people didn't know that. I only found out last week. I told a lot of people that were like, wait, what? Like, no one knew that you could telly out. I guess
Yeah.
hardcores have been knowing this.
Of course. They have to. But yeah, that's kind of funny because I feel like that is like counter how you would like think it should work, because I'm all like, all right, if you're teleporting out, that means you lost. Like you should. Like,
No, it counts as you losing. pretty
no,
much.
I know, but like the way I'm thinking about it is like you're paying 500k because you lost, but obviously I guess it's only paying 500k so that they don't delete all your items.
Yeah,
which is
I mean,
kind of like not how I think it would work.
yeah, I like it though because it's
I don't
so
really
expensive.
care either way, but it's just not how you would think it would work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so expensive that I will take it and I
Yeah.
will telly whenever I can.
It makes sense if you think about it as like kind of how I said, like it's 500k to keep your stuff and not 500k to have failed. I guess failing is free if you really think about it.
Yeah, I don't care if I fail. I care if I just am losing several mil a night because I keep having to wipe.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad. Like the next day, I was trying for the Caffrey transmog with Perky Porker, also a streamer. Check him out. He's a gamer, and I felt bad because he kept like dying for like dumb reasons, or like I would get him to die. Like I'd actually drag something over that would kill him.
Yeah.
And then I would just teleport out, and he'd just have to keep paying while I would just keep leaving.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
But yeah, it's not too rest in peace because with Perky's help, I got the Kefri transmog last night.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like one of the hardest ones, right?
That's what everyone says. Yeah, people say it's the hardest. I don't believe them because Akka still exists.
Yeah.
And Akka seems terrifying. I don't even know if I'm going to grind for Akka, to be honest. At least not yet. Because I don't even know how the invos work.
Okay.
I've only tried one of them. I haven't tried the other. But I'm so excited. The Kefri one's actually my favorite. I think it's so cute. And afterwards, we're all just walking around with our little roly poop bugs because they're just rolling around.
Yep, they sure are. That's what they do.
It seems like so many people have the pet there. The TOA pet.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the only people that are there are the people still grinding high level like invos.
Well, as opposed to like Chambers, because we were talking about before, and Chambers is like rarer than this pet.
Chambers
like the
is,
omelet.
Oh yeah, because you have to do challenge modes, which I don't know if it's like harder than high invos. I don't know.
It's just you can go dry on it. You
I
can do
guess
everything
so.
perfectly and go dry.
Yeah, and you can obviously you just have to do the raid in order to get the TOA transmog.
And it's not even just like the transmogs. Like we were just talking about how omelet is more rare than the guardians.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know the drop rates, but I mean, that's at least what it feels like. Like there was 4 of us there with our Kefri pets last night. I think 1 or 2 of them had omelet.
Huh,
I
that's
don't
weird.
think of who you know that has wardens, and think of who you know that has omelet.
Well, the thing is that TOA is a lot easier to do.
That's what everyone thinks as well.
So I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, obviously we can look up the
I didn't think
the
we'd talk
drop
about
chance and
rarity.
stuff like
Otherwise, I
that.
would have looked it up. My bad.
But I'm not gonna look it up just because that doesn't really matter. I mean,
It's all RNG.
It might be more rare or less rare. Either way, it's on a similar playing field. But I think the main thing is that you can start doing TOA way before you can start doing chambers.
Totally.
Or at least as a newer player learning. Like you're not gonna. I mean, there's some people that go in there with like rune crossbows or whatever to do chambers, but you can.
Most people don't.
Yeah, most people don't. Most people will actually legitimately walk into TOA with rune crossbows and actually do stuff there.
Yeah, and they're fine.
Yeah, and so I think that's probably the main thing is you're getting KC way more often at TOA than you are at Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that probably is honestly the main thing.
Yeah, I realized the other day that I'm actually very close to catching up with my Chambers kill count. My Chambers is like 450 or something, and TOA total I'm like closing in on 300.
Yeah.
And
But
I
also,
thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
And it's way faster though.
I was gonna say I knew you were gonna say something like that, but also it's not way faster.
It feels faster, but yeah, it's probably not actually.
Like anytime you've sent a raid that's over 400, it will take longer.
Oh yeah, no. If I'm not going for transmogs, like I would do like 400 at most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's probably a combination of things that make it seem that way.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it seems like I don't know. It seems like everyone we know has gotten lucky at TOA, but I know there's plenty of people that haven't as well. So
I feel like I know more people who have gotten lucky at TOA than have gotten lucky at Chambers,
Yeah,
even though they
exactly.
all have ground Chambers a lot.
yeah, I don't know.
Like I've done more Chambers than I have TOA, and I think I've got the pet at TOA really early. It feels like I've gotten luckier at TOA.
I mean,
Or maybe because I've been part of more splits.
I don't think so. If you look at your collection log, it's actually really bad.
Oh yeah, no, I've just gone rings.
Yeah,
I just
was
got
like,
really
if
lucky
you
with
look
the
at your
pet.
collection log, you actually have gotten very
Oh,
unlucky.
Last night I hit 100 kills since my last purple in my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is I mean, that's like I feel like at Chambers you've actually gotten way luckier.
Chambers, I was getting pretty lucky.
Yeah.
I've got a good look at raids.
I don't know.
So far.
I looked at your collection log the other day and I was like, that is like not like obviously it doesn't matter for like you didn't do this on purpose, but your collection log is like pretty embarrassing. Like it's like
You're
really
embarrassing.
like I said, obviously you have nothing to control this, but it's just like really, really.
What's embarrassing about you, bully?
You only have like 2 drops.
Oh, in TOA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't have full Masori. You don't have the staff. Have you even got a Fang?
No, I haven't gotten a Fang. So,
Yeah, I was
okay,
like-
I'm looking right now. I've gotten the Guardian, Masori body, 3 rings. You know what makes it look impressive is just that I'm getting all these transmog unlocks.
Yeah, no, it's like everything else is fine, but it's like if you look at it from like a collection log standpoint, like if you're an iron, you would be sad. You would be
Oh yeah,
immensely sad.
I'd be happy with the iron or the Missouri top at least. I'm so happy that I got the most expensive piece of Missouri.
Yeah.
Even though it did happen forever ago, literally in like December. I would gladly take something else now, but yeah.
Yeah. Whereas if you look at your chambers log, it's like way better. You almost have full ancestral with Kodai.
No, I have 2 ancestral bottoms.
Okay,
Kodai, Dragon
D claws, the
Dragon Hunter crossbow.
Like these are some really
Buckler.
big ticket items. So I don't know. Like
I mean, I still think I've gotten lucky in both though.
I think you're not getting lucky. I think you're running with more people at TOA.
True. So I see more splits
Yeah,
because there's so many of us.
If you look at your collection log, you are not getting luckier. You're almost the same. You're almost the same KC at both, and you have way more drops at Chambers.
Yeah, I do still love Chambers.
Yeah, so I think it just seems that way because you're running with more people at TOA. Because like I said, more people can do TOA.
That's fair.
So I think that's why it feels that way.
And also, people are so weird about going in big groups at Chambers. Whereas
Well,
TOA
yeah.
people are okay with it. I
Yeah.
like doing big groups everywhere. I think it's fun.
It is, yeah. It is more fun. Well, it's just more fun to play with people.
Yeah, people are always so weird about it. They're like, well, what if you got a T-bone? You had to split it 6 ways. And I'd be like, I'd still get over 100 mil. What do you mean? I'd be hype.
Yeah. I mean, that happened with the staff.
That did happen. And I was mega happy. I got 250 mil, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to complain. I'm very happy about this.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So,
It's kind of funny how it can feel that way, even though if we look at your collection log, it's like not the case at all.
yeah. I've just gotten really lucky with other people's drops.
Yeah.
That I was there.
Yeah, exactly. Like you've seen probably, like 10 plus like average case or average drop, like fang, body, hood, all that stuff. And you've even seen a staff. Whereas
And I saw 2 other people get the TOA pet.
yeah.
Maybe that's why the pet feels more common too. I've seen 2 people get that. I've only seen 1 person.
That's what I'm
get
saying. I feel
Chambers.
like you've gotten lucky in that a lot of people that have gotten a lot of drops.
And I insist on splitsies unless people are iron and don't main.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe that's the reason why. Because if you go on to like the subreddit or whatever, there's still plenty of people like cry posting about how they have they're going dry or whatever at TOA. So.
I actually am so surprised that I'm genuinely going dry at TOA. It's been 100 since Mouse Purple.
Yeah.
I got the pet, so I'm still not complaining because I got the pet, but it's that doesn't count as a purple, so it's just kind of weird that I haven't gotten one in that long. And we've been doing pretty high level.
Yeah, that's
weird.
true.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll get lucky soon, and hopefully it's something that I have not gotten for the collection looks like. I'll even take a ward just because I haven't gotten one yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably get another ring. 4 rings for the collection log.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
Just probably do 100 rings.
But yeah, after Caffrey, we were doing some more chill, goofy raids. And also these raids were like low-key trying to PK each other, which is funny.
Yeah.
And we got a Fang split, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, there was quite a few of us there. I think there was like 7 of us there. So it was only a 6.7 mil split. But I mean,
Still better.
that paid for all my wipes the past few days. So I was like, I'll take this.
Yeah. So you have almost all the pets except for the last 2, right?
Yeah, I need the Wardens and Akka.
Yeah.
Wardens I could get.
You're going to do Wardens?
I think I'm going to try for Wardens tonight. People are telling me that I could do Akka in a duo with them, but we'll see. I mean, maybe I'll try it for the first time off stream because I know that my first few attempts at least are going to be like really scuffed.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to learn it.
Well, one of them, Akka attacks melee the entire time, and we just tried that the other just to see what it's like, and I didn't realize I was within melee range, and I got smacked and died.
Nice.
That was one of our Goofy Goober raids. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing high level stuff, and it's so nice afterwards. Just like the stress is gone, and you're just like, all right, everyone come join the raid. Up to 8 people. Let's go and just chill and do Goofy Goober things. I just like saying Goofy Goober.
Goofy Goober, okay.
Goofy Goober.
That's cool.
Other than that, though, I've put out not a lot, but like a decent amount of shorts this week too.
I'd say it's a lot.
Yeah, and I'm really happy about that, and I have more so planned even. I want to put out a video. Maybe I'll just do a stream highlight. I don't know of what yet, though. I was going to do one of whenever I got the Baba, but watching that back, I was like, no, I talk about too much like random stuff, and I don't really want to include all of that in it.
Yeah.
But Caffrey, I feel like it was just a lot of like me talking between rooms, and then when I was in the room, I told everyone like, don't look at me, don't talk to me, you're not real, like I'm ignoring you.
Okay.
That's what I do, and that's also why I don't like. That's why I like the raids afterwards, because I can look at chat and I don't care, because if I die, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily do like something where you kind of like talk about your experience getting all the pets and stuff like that, and which bosses you thought were the easiest,
If
or
I did
which.
that, I'd probably want to get all of them.
Well, yeah, obviously. But yeah, you could just talk about your experience and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
think that'd be
I'll just
interesting.
download all the VODs just in case I ever want to do something like that. But yeah, I do want to put out another video this week other than just shorts, because I think I put out like 3 or 4 shorts.
Your last short was pretty funny, right?
No, my last short was like the dumbest short I've ever made in my life, and it was funny because it's got like 780 views on YouTube, which is the most I've gotten within this like time frame this week. And I thought it was so funny because it's just like the dumbest short I've ever made. It's just me saying like the jazz slippers stay on during raids, and then just like I googled fashion music and was trying to do the most, so that gave me like runway vibes, sassy vibes.
Yeah,
And it was just me like
did not get that.
zooming in on shoes and then pausing and having like cameras flashing noises and then just stuff like that. It was like the dumbest thing. It only got like 30% likes on YouTube, and I thought it was so funny because I thought that no one would watch it, so it wouldn't matter. And I was like, well, of course people are gonna find me because of this and be like, wow, she sucks.
Yeah, everyone's just hate viewing you at this point.
But yeah, I mean, I was like, hey, I'm getting views. This is like 10 cents. I take this.
Nice.
Not even 10 cents.
Not
it's
even.
like 7 cents.
Yeah, it's not even close.
I will take my 7 cents and be happy about it, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, so check out YouTube Bunebape. Maybe skip that one. The other ones are way better, I swear.
Yeah.
They're a lot better.
Yeah, hopefully.
They are. There's also one of Perky teleporting out in the middle of the Baba puzzle room, and I didn't realize and thought that he DC'd. Dude, somebody commented, because I post everywhere, like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And someone commented on one of the versions of that and was like, wow, deserter. Like, can't believe he did that. And I got, like, defensive. I was like, actually, he's a really good gamer. He was trying to heal me.
Wow.
I was like, and I literally had to check with Robert, and I was like, this short wasn't mean, right? I was joking.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He also commented calling himself a deserter, so it's fine. But anyway, how are you?
Pretty good. I have really not done anything in RuneScape and not even logging in.
You've been playing other games, though.
Yeah, I just have not had a lot of time recently. Just been more busy than normal. So, you know how it goes. Just haven't had a lot of time for RuneScape. Unfortunate, but it's okay. And besides that, though, I have played a couple games with friends and stuff like that. Randomly enough, there was a sale on Borderlands 3, if anyone's ever played. It's kind of an old game at this point, but I've played Borderlands 1 and 2. Amazing games. If most people probably know that. But yeah, so it was on sale. A friend got it, so I've been playing that with them. And that's really it. I really haven't been doing too much, just working a lot and stuff like that. So kind of editing some videos here and there for Michelle, but really nothing else to report.
Yeah.
So I'll keep it brief with that. But we can get right into the update for this week, which is going to be the Theater of Blood entry mode improvements update. This is something that we've been looking at for a little bit, as it was in the Pulse 78 changes. And this is really looking at making it easier to get into the Theater of Blood, mostly for entry mode and for the quest.
Yes.
So it says on Tuesday, March 7th, Game Worlds will be unavailable.
This is unrelated.
Which is unrelated. This is just going to be for the Jagex accounts beta. So this is going to be down from 10 a.m. GMT to 11:30 a.m. GMT. So most people probably won't be affected by this unless you're a late night gamer.
Me. I will be
in
affected.
the US or an early morning gamer out in the EU.
Probably going to be ending the stream a little earlier that night.
Yeah, so it will be down for an hour and a half on March 7th randomly.
Perfect.
But as far as the actual update goes, we have Theater of Blood entry mode improvements, like I said. And they go on to say, Raiders, rejoice. The improvements we promised for the Theater of Blood entry mode are here. If you missed the detailed explanation in the Pulse 78 news post, we got a full rundown of the changes below. For hit point scaling, we've made the hit point scaling in Theater of Blood entry mode more consistent. So for 2 players and on, you're going to have 10% increasing hit point scaling. So
Maybe we say that again just because it's going to be weird.
Yeah, no. So for the way this is going to work is if you have 2 players, instead of the enemy's health going up 100 additional percent because there's 1 additional player, it'll go up 90%. And then so for 3 players, it'll go up 80%, all the way down to 5 players increasing by 60%. So
Cool.
this just means that instead of it increasing by 500 total percent, it'll actually, or rather 400 total percent, it'll be 300 total percent. So either way, the enemies are going to have less health the more players you play with than it used to.
Cool.
So it'll be
It's not as
easier.
hard.
Yeah, overall, this just means it's going to be easier and not as difficult. So, for example, before an enemy might have had 500 hit points, instead it's going to have 400. So,
If there's 5 players.
yeah, if there's 5 players. So, there you go. Just going to be a little bit easier. You're not going to have to do mechanics for as long because the enemies are likely just going to die a little bit faster.
Cool.
And for anyone, I know some people were wondering why they had all these changes for Theater of Blood, the entry mode specifically, because obviously so many people have been doing the regular mode or even the hard mode for such a long time now. A lot of people are wondering why they're making all these changes.
For the
Because,
quest.
well, yeah, for the quest, a lot of people, there's actually a really big market. A lot of people don't know this. There's actually a really big market for people selling services
To get carried.
to do the entry mode.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't get your quest cape without it, and a lot of people aren't willing to learn theater in order to get their quest cape.
Also, I think a lot of people, maybe if you've been doing it for a long time, you forget. Theater of Blood's hard. It's really hard. And it's definitely, I think it's past the level of hardness required for a quest cape, low-key.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be before all these changes, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think if you can do a lot of the, I think if you can do all the quests, you can do entry mode theater even before the update. But obviously, it just takes time. It would
Yeah.
take the same amount of time as like a master quest, but in the amount of time it would like
You'd be losing money, too.
yeah, you'd just be dying over and over again. So it might feel like longer or more arduous of a process because it might be, but like I said, it would probably take just as long as like a master or grandmaster quest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, either way, so that's why they're doing this because yeah, people have made, millions and millions, if not billions, already on like selling entry mode runs. You can just ask around or try it again because they're making it easier. But yeah, so continuing on with the changes. So they also improved the number of attempts. Previously, you had 3 attempts to finish the raid. Given that this is intended as a practice mode, we decided to bring it in line with Tombs of a Mascot, giving players unlimited attempts. So this is infinitely better, literally, than previous.
Yeah, that makes so much more sense.
It is worth noting that it still takes away from the loot available at the end of the raid, so any would-be raiders would still need to polish their skills to get away with the goods.
Of course.
Also, supplies on wipe, because obviously if you are using all your supplies and then
Unlimited
dying,
doesn't even matter if you
Yeah.
are out of supplies.
Yeah, it says unlimited attempts aren't the only thing we borrowed from Tombs of a Mascot entry mode. As of today's update, raid parties will receive extra supplies in the form of bandages whenever they wipe. The number of supplies depends on how much stuff you used in your previous attempt. So obviously, if you use all your stuff, you're not going to have any for the next attempt, which would not be so good with
Yeah, so they will
unlimited
give
attempts.
you more.
Yeah, so you will be able to get more. And previously, it would cost a big 100k in order to reclaim your items for failing the Theater of Blood entry mode, which honestly I don't think is too bad, but it can stack up pretty fast if you are trying to learn.
Especially if it's like a group of learners and you just keep wiping. That could easily be like a mill a day.
We've had a word with the vampires, and they all agreed that it was a bit harsh.
Oh, the vampires, the blood-sucking vampires agreed?
Yeah, they don't want money, they just want blood.
That's fair.
So this cost has now been removed entirely. Please note that the penalties for death, including the loss of hardcore status, still remain, so make sure to watch out for that.
And the cost has only been removed for entry mode.
Yeah, only entry mode, of course. This is all only pertaining to entry mode. And second to last thing is going to be the reward quantities. We've increased the amount of normal rewards in entry mode from 15 to 20%. That way, players have enough money to recover and get supplies that they used in the raid. However, please note that the unique items from Theater of Blood are still not available in entry mode.
Mm-hmm. Which is different from TOA.
I still think it's kind of lame.
I mean, yeah, they should have just done it like TOA where it's mega rare, but there's like a tiny chance. There's people first day TOA getting like a pet and a staff.
Yeah, I still think you should be able to get Justy in entry mode. Justy's
we did talk about this before.
Justy's practically worthless anyways, so I don't know why you can't get it. Either way, final thing is going to be the first time user flow. The final change in this batch of updates for the Theater of Blood is the recruitment board. We added a prompt that appears upon first use, asking players to choose which mode they prefer to play. We hope that this will make the first-time user flow a bit easier to navigate. The last thing we want is for people to find diving into a nest of vampiric monsters is stressful. That's all there is for now, so make sure to gear up, grab your friends, and give Theater Blood a try. Which is, I would definitely recommend giving it a try if you were put off previously from this quest or anything like that, or even just learning theater. This is definitely going to be a pretty good stepping stone. Even if you've already done the quest and just want to get into theater, I think this is a good stepping stone.
This does make me feel actually more eager about going and learning it sometime because I'm not going to have to be paying and it's unlimited. The unlimited is actually the biggest part is because it's so hard to learn when you're stuck in a cage.
Yeah,
and now I could tell my teammates, like, if I'm out, be like, can you guys just die so we can just try again, please?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that a big thing for learning stuff is
trying over and over.
Is repetition, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, obviously most of my experience is from World of Warcraft, and there we had bosses where we would attempt to kill them and just completely die hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And so if we had to kill the entire raid leading up to, let's say the 7th boss, we'd have to kill 6 to get there and learn again. That would just take so much longer, infinitely longer, seemingly.
Yeah, I think this is a lot better.
Yeah, this is definitely a way better way to learn. So
it's also like Chambers have always said I'm a big fan of the brute force approach, is that you could stay there forever and eventually you'll probably get it.
Yeah, you probably won't get a purple, but eventually you probably will get it.
Yeah, you'll get the KC and you'll get experience.
Yeah. So this is definitely way better, way more friendly, and kind of what I think they were probably going for to begin with.
But it was not at all.
But but it definitely wasn't even close to how they wanted it to begin with, if this is what they were going for, because they've made so many changes to this quest now.
Yeah, it was just that they saw how Tombs of Mascot was received, and they're like, oh, we can make some changes here.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is not ultra high-end content.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of people are trying it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is it for the theater updates, and moving on to the Pulse 78 changes. First up, we're getting a little chaotic with an exciting Wine of Zamrock change. So previously, your chance to ferment successfully went from 49.8% at level 6 of cooking all the way up to 69% at 99 cooking.
So not even close to 100%.
No. We've increased the success rate linearly from around 50% at 65 to 100% at level 98. By that time, you should be a fantastic fermenter, and I agree.
Yeah, which makes sense.
With all that wine in your bank, you might consider hosting a little house party, in which case this next change will be very exciting. It's been about 16 years since we've nerfed the chest in POHs, so we reckon it's high time you got the opportunity to stack a little bit more gold in there. You can now store more in your dungeon treasure chest. Wood, you can store 10,000, and at magic, up to 100,000 gold, with tiers in the middle.
Yeah, so if you want to have more fun with any of the games in the game room, now you can play for stakes that are kind of at least, worth looking at.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of gold, our next change is an improvement to Pyramid Plunder. So from now on, you'll no longer be interrupted by pesky swarms while you're looting the sarcophagus. Your character will finish the animation.
Yeah.
Finally, from now on, players will be automatically opted out of gaining XP while pushing the wheat in Puro Puro. If you have some kind of bizarre field-locked Iron Man, which 100% someone's going to make a video after they mention this.
Yeah.
Or want those gains for any other reason, you can opt back in by talking to the Elnuk Inquisitor.
Yeah, there's actually a really interesting content creator that already has a series
training through that?
In Puro Puro. And I think they're training to 99 only on, I think they're an imp-locked Iron Man.
Oh, so they're getting Hunter.
Yeah, she's already made a lot of videos on this. She's, I think captured, tens of thousands of implings already.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll just go Google that. I forgot the name of the creator, but she's a pretty good creator. She has quite a few accounts.
There's probably not a lot of Puro Puro locked accounts, so I'm sure it won't be too hard to find.
No, yeah. She has, but she also has other interesting accounts that are locked to different things that are pretty interesting as well.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I'd recommend checking her out if you can find her. The next thing is going to be for the combat achievements update. So, of course, we've had a new boss recently, which is going to be the Phantom Muspa, and with that comes a new set of combat achievements. You've got a total of 13 achievements for you to tackle, and a reminder, with the release of the new combat achievements, you must fully complete a tier before you can use Gommel's Hilt for that version of tier. For example, if you'd like to use your Gommel's Hilt 3, you have to complete Phantom Muspa Adept.
And that is the only hard task for Phantom Muspa. Thank God, because I was so worried I wouldn't be able to use my hilt anymore to teleport around.
Yeah, so if you
That's
have
just killing it once.
if you have the hard, you just have to kill Muspa a single time.
I'm worried now for the elite though.
Yeah, which I don't think does include the one from the quest, so you do have to kill it separately, I'm pretty sure.
I'm assuming that'd be weird.
Yeah, besides that though, there are 5 elite tasks. I think 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 4 actually.
Yeah.
So there's 4 elite ones, just killing at a certain amount of time or in a certain time.
And then
Once
6
you
masters.
get up to master, these ones seem fairly difficult. At least I haven't seen. I'm
I'm still worried for the elite, so the master
Yeah.
are just not even on my radar.
I'm completely inexperienced at Muspa, but
yeah, I have like 4 kills.
a few of them do seem very difficult. Specifically, one of the elite ones seems difficult is to kill Muspa without running.
That's gonna suck. I'm working on elite.
That's not even a master one. The other master ones do include stuff like killing Muspa without taking any avoidable damage, so it's a perfect one.
Oh my
as
God.
well as the final one, which is Space is Tight, where you have to kill Muspa while it is surrounded by its spikes.
God.
And finally, there's 2 Grandmasters. One is seemingly very difficult from what I could tell, where you have to only walk, you have to not take any extra damage, and you have to kill Muspa while he's surrounded by his spikes.
Awful.
All at the same time. Also, the speed record is 1 minute and 30, which I think is also really fast. The world record, I think, is around 50 seconds. So
Yeah.
this is a really, really fast kill.
And that's without a Slayer task.
That is without
No
a Slayer
bonuses
task.
from your Slayer helm.
Yes. So good luck with that. I think you'll almost certainly have to have a Zerite crossbow to get the 130 time.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, good luck with that. There's a bunch to set up. So again, if you want to keep your Gommel,
Almost hilt.
yeah, then yeah, this is going to be something you're interested in for sure.
I'm dreading all the elite ones.
Yeah. We have other changes, which I think a lot of people are actually really, really happy or at least interested in.
Yeah. So you can no longer receive a loot key, or if you are in a trade screen, the key will now be dropped when the player died. They went ahead and removed the delay when depositing pay dirt into the hopper at Motherlode Mine.
Yeah, some people were really happy about
I
that.
bet. The Slayer helper now properly displays their Wilderness Slayer streak when slaying on behalf of Crystalia. The 10th anniversary Dragon Candle has been correctly labeled as a fun weapon.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, you can spec with the Dragon Candle.
You celebrate.
Yeah, which does look very much like a spec.
Yeah, no, people must be using this in the wilderness, or they will later. There is now a fossil storage crate at the Volcanic Mine Bank. The Museum of Old School Expansion, the Felder Party Room, can now be accessed on free-to-play worlds, which, again, I'd recommend you guys check it out. It looks pretty cool. The Dragon Candle Dagger and the Old School Jumper are now tagged as warm clothing. That's what you
Nice.
wanted.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, because
I saw that and I was like, I didn't even think about the candle, but that makes a lot of sense. It's literally a candle.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
I like it.
Now you can look even better at Wintertop.
Yeah, I just love all the fashion scapes. You don't have to wear the Pyromancer's outfit.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, it does provide a bonus. But
And it does
still,
look cool.
Yeah.
The animation that plays when waxing your sled will now cancel if you move. The Sins of the Father display case in the museum is now correctly labeled as a master quest.
This next one's such a weird one.
Oh my god, I love this.
Such a weird one.
I wish that this was me. Having a Slayer task streak of 16,000 no longer means you'll get the max amount of Slayer points for every task you complete. You will still get bonus points at regular intervals, as if you didn't have a ludicrous streak count, and completing a task will also inform you when you're next due to get a bump in points.
I think
I am so sad I don't have a streak of 16,000 who've taken advantage of just a bajillion Slayer points.
I was gonna say that I kind of agree with some people's take on this. Is like if you have a streak of 16,000,
Who cares?
all of your tasks should just be like crazy point tasks, anyways.
Yeah.
Like at that point, no, I don't think people should care if you have 16,000. I mean, 16,000.
16,000, those must be the people who are like on the high scores for bosses because they could just skip as much as they want with their billion points.
Just like yeah, they're probably 200 mil accounts, and at that point, like I don't know.
You just
why
live your life, bud.
they don't deserve the maximum Slayer points.
Yeah, I'm like barely over 1,000. Like what?
Yeah, 16,000 is someone that has just been grinding Slayer
Or
since the beginning of time.
You just go to the really, really easy ones.
They just
only
skip.
go to bonuses.
They just do point boosting only.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst idea.
Still,
if you want to get a
16,000
record.
would be so many.
Yeah, I was like, it's not too bad. I have 1,000. I was like, that's like over a year's worth of work 16 times.
Yeah, way more than a year.
Yeah. They also went ahead and fixed typos in the Frog Random event and Warm Hands dialogue. We updated the banners in the Felder party room to the correct versions. I actually noticed this. The banner said 9.
Nice.
Facial animations have been added to those birthday event dialogues that previously didn't have them.
Yep. So that was quite a bit of other changes. At least
Mhm.
some of them were pretty actually useful.
Yeah.
And then we have some more clues for Crack the Clue 3 for anyone still working on that. And
Please,
also,
someone finish it.
the PvP arena is in the Zerker rotation.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's it for the update this week. Not a ton going on, but some interesting stuff, especially like we said, if of course you are trying to learn theater or interested in theater at all.
Yeah, now
then,
is the time.
Yeah, this will definitely be a nice update for you.
Yeah. Anyway, now moving on to Gilnor Gazette, February 2023. We're back with the new and improved Gilnor Gazette with a special guest star, the Community Showcase. So we're going to go ahead and read the Gazette first and then just go through the showcase and see what wasn't covered.
Yeah.
So, the new Gilnor Gazette. Welcome to the brand new format of the Gilnor Gazette. In our last Gazette, we asked what you'd like to see from a revamped version. One of many changes we've implemented is to split content between the Gazette you know and love and the all-new Community Showcase. So here's what the Gazette is going to feature. Monthly highlights, links to the biggest news posts, videos, other content we've launched over the past month. Project updates. Brief information about the projects we've been working on over the past month, including our progress, teasers for upcoming content, and spotlights on areas of the team you don't normally hear from. JMod articles. Articles written by JMods about whatever topic they want to talk about. Retrospectives on old content, side projects they're working on, or whatever they just want to ramble on about. Team in and outs. Who's coming and going on the old school team?
Yeah, there's actually something really interesting about that this time.
Ooh, okay.
As you can see, the plan is for the Gazette to feature updates on projects and other content-driven articles, but what about Post Bag from the Hedge? What about the player's creation gallery? Well, these things have found a new home in the Community Showcase, which will include Post Bag from the Hedge, Player's Perspective, Creation Station, video highlights, and community achievements. Like we said at the top of the podcast, a lot of these are really just rehashing posts that you might have seen in the community, or
And
especially
just the most popular people in the community.
yeah, especially if you hang around the subreddit a lot of these are going to seem like repetitive things. So maybe if you are one of those people, then you can probably easily skip the community showcase and
Yeah.
not really miss anything, because it is really just mostly that kind of stuff.
Yes. So moving on to some project updates. So the new skill project, don't forget, you guys, we're having a new skill.
Yes.
I actually kind of forgot
You're
because I was
having
so
a new
excited
skill
about
come out
forestry.
this year, and it is going to not be combat.
So we've had over 40,000 responses to our community consultation survey. Thank you so much for all your feedback. As you've imagined, we've been very busy going through it all. We've come up with 3 pitches based on your responses to the survey, and we can't wait to show you all. We're still in the early stages of the design, but we know you're eager to find out what's next. So in late March, we'll present these 3 top-level skill concepts and explain exactly how they relate to the results of the survey. We'll begin inviting members to the new Skill Player Council around the same time. A lot of you have applied, so keep an eye out. I think we both applied. We'll be using in-game poll data as well as survey applications to inform our choices. Thank you again for all your support and interest as we hone in on an old school's first new skill. We'll be back to chat soon. God, I can't wait. I kind of forgot about it. I can't wait.
Yeah, pretty cool. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. I'm sure
Keep an ear out. We will talk about it a
it
lot.
will. Yeah, I'm sure it will not go missed by practically anyone.
No.
And also something that will not go missed by pretty much anyone is going to be the newest quest that they've been teasing for quite a while, which is going to be Desert Treasure 2: The Fallen Empire. This is we talked about the rewards very recently. Work has started on Desert Treasure 2: The Fallen Empire, the thrilling continuation of the Maharat. Maharat. I don't know. I don't speak that language. Storyline.
RuneScape language.
Yes, exactly. This Grandmaster quest will see you traveling to 4 new areas to take on 4 deadly bosses.
Hey.
If you're feeling really brave, you'll be able to go back and fight them again upon quest completion. We recently closed our first boss reward poll. In the coming weeks, you can expect further blogs and polls to finalize the rewards, as well as more information about the new Ruinous Powers prayer book. As with the Tombs of Amasket, we're keeping our cards close to our chest. After all, the desert is full of secrets, and we're not spoiling any of them. So, we can actually probably. Did you want to go over the poll results?
Yeah, we can go over the poll results right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so we actually almost forgot about this poll because
We definitely just forgot.
they didn't post any blogs about it or anything. So unless you looked at it in game like we are right now, then you probably also missed it. But actually, a decent amount of things failed the poll,
Mhm.
so we'll actually be going over that now.
Yeah, so the first question was, should we explore adding the Virtus robes as a reward from the 4 bosses unlocked? And that was a yes. It has passed. They also said that if it passes, we'll spend time working on design that will be pulled again before add to the game. So don't worry, you guys. There'll be more detail coming out later about that.
Yeah.
The next question is, if that question passed, which it did, and we spend time designing robes, should they focus on offering bonuses to ancient magics or something else? Ancient magic bonuses won with 75%. If question 2 determines that the robe should offer bonuses to ancient magics, where should they sit power-wise when using the magics? I'm not sure where exactly this is going to go because 42% said stronger than ancestral,
Yeah.
but then 29 said equal to ancestral, 28 said weaker than ancestral.
A lot of people were kind of upset about this because it was so close. I mean, it was like 45%, 30,
Yeah.
and
It
like
wasn't
almost
really
30 as
any
well.
overwhelming winners here.
Yeah, there was no overwhelming winners, but a lot of people were upset because I mean, it's almost certainly going to be the one that got 45%.
Yeah.
But obviously a lot of people didn't want that, but it's kind of interesting. I didn't think so many people would want new items to be just straight up better than the old ones, even though
I'm
they're not raid items.
I'm okay with it, but yeah, a lot of people I did hear were saying like they should save it for raids in the future.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, because Chambers is a really old raid at this point, but
Ancestral's
also
pretty old.
yeah, but also the Virtus robes again. That'd be like getting best in slot or like anything from like Vorkath.
But I mean, to be fair, we don't know how these bosses are gonna work, so we don't know anything about the bosses.
No, yeah,
We
of
don't know
course.
how it will
We
be.
but we do know they're not raids.
Yeah, exactly. Should we explore adding freeze penetration as a potential new offensive stat option? That failed. Only 63% of people voted yes.
Yeah, both of them. The freeze penetration and the poison penetration, which
Yes.
is the next question, both of them failed.
Yeah, that one failed with 66% yes.
Yeah, which I guess does make sense because that is kind of like a touchy
I
like
didn't really
mechanic.
care about that. I wasn't even gonna vote on that one.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird mechanic.
Should we explore adding blood, ice, smoke, and shadow gems from the 4 bosses unlocked by completing DS2? Or sorry, DT2?
DT2.
91% of people said yes.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about that.
I think
like
that was
it.
a cool idea.
Should we explore adding 4 new rings as a reward from the 4 bosses?
People were
89% of people said yes.
yeah, people were really excited about that.
Oh, yes.
And also, I was kind of surprised that the next few that were related to the rings.
Yeah, so it says if that question passed, how would you like these rings to function? The highest vote option will be what we base our fleshed out designs on. So that means that they are going to be a single stat increase that makes them the new set of best in slot rings, but it was really close. It was 52 versus 47%.
Yeah, very, very close.
I voted for best in slot single like that, so I'm okay with this.
Me too.
Question 8 determines if the rings should have simple stats. Would you like them to somehow be direct upgrades to the Firminic rings? 77% of people said yes, so they will be upgrades.
Yes, they
which
will be.
I like, actually. So then you still have to go there and get those rings. They're still relevant. Which of the following should the Ruinous Powers prayer focus on? 51% of people said balance of combat and skilling.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can read that. The others were 20% exclusively combat, 28% mostly combat with some minor skilling.
That's what I said, just because I
think
know.
I said even.
It'd be cool to have it with skilling. I don't know.
I'm
It's
very
just not as
interested to see
exciting.
what kind of skilling stuff they introduce. So I
Yeah.
liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
So-
the block results.
Yeah, pretty cool. So they're gonna have 4 new rings that are just gonna be straight upgrades over the new best in slot.
Can't wait.
New best in slot rings, as well as I guess obviously just straight up new best in slot robes. So that's gonna be really interesting. Also, they're not gonna pertain only to ancient magics. So that's going to be really interesting as well, because I think I thought they were going to be for ancients, but I mean, obviously not. Things change.
I know, we'll see. It'll be very interesting.
Yeah, so just brand new best in slot robes for all kinds of magic, as well as brand new best in slot rings for everything.
They better look dope.
Yeah, hopefully. So that's pretty cool. So with that being said, we can go back to the actual Gilnor Gazette. And almost forgot about those poll rewards. So good thing they brought it up in the Gazette. But either way, so we have Bounty Hunter. So in last week's news post, we outlined our thoughts on the future of this much loved PvP minigame, including the potential systems and lots of lovely rewards.
And we went over this in last week's podcast episode if you want to go listen back.
Yes. We're in the community consultation phase just now, so we need to have a read through of the blog and then check out the survey at the end.
We need to read through the blog.
We need to. Us. Also, your feedback means that we can come back with a refined design that we're confident you'll love before we get to work bringing it to life. I'm sure this will definitely go smoothly the first time, and there will be no really close calls with this poll.
Never, ever in this game.
But speaking of something that actually won't have really close calls, we have forestry.
Yeah, so earlier this month, we gave you the lowdown of what we'd like forestry to achieve and what exactly is included in this woodcutting expansion. Last week, we released an update to the blog where we addressed your main concerns whenever the results of the survey and talked about the changes we'd like to make. And we did go and talk about this again last week.
Yes.
Thank you to the over 7,500 of you voted in the survey. As for the poll, this is actually live now. I already went and voted in it. So
yeah, it's
go
live
vote
right now. I think it'll still be live whenever this does come out. So
surely. It just came out yesterday.
So go vote on the forestry stuff. This is a really, really cool update.
Yeah.
And it'll affect pretty much literally everyone. So go check it out, even free-to-play players.
And they have a picture of the forestry concept, and it looks like we're going to at least get a green recolor of the lumberjack outfit. So green flannel. You can literally do every color.
Two-handed axes.
Oh, I didn't even notice axes and stuff. Yeah. And the fox. There's a little fox.
And a little
they might make a transmog out of that.
And a campfire with some tea. So good times all around.
It just looks like a good time. I'm excited for it.
They're adding bumblebees? No.
Oh, I didn't notice the bumblebees.
The next thing is going to be quality of life polls. So we're currently discussing the content of our next big quality of life poll. And we've actually come up with a few themes beyond that. Look forward to improvements for raids, minigames, PvP, and more. As for the direction of Poll 79, we'll be revisiting one of our most requested features, a point-based system for combat achievements.
Huge.
This is something that I see every single patch mention.
Yeah.
Every single patch.
And they've mentioned it a few times as well that they are planning this.
Yeah, because they mentioned quite a while ago that this is something that they were considering or wanting to do. And then they just simply never mentioned it again for the past several months.
I think that they mentioned it at one point, but I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, but this is something I see literally every single time I look at the the patch. If I look at the comments on Reddit to see what they're talking about, there will be at least one comment with 10 upvotes asking about this. So it'll be nice to finally see that. And for anyone that doesn't know, they are planning on doing quality of life polls every 4 to 6 months.
I think in 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks, sorry.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, getting close to the end of
end of that 6 week
end of that
window.
4 to 6 week window.
Yeah.
So they definitely
kind of close.
Yeah, have a little bit of catching up to do.
They go on to talk about official account builds. So after reviewing your feedback from the most recent official account builds news post, we've decided not to continue with the project. You can learn more about decision and official account builds what's next. However, we've asked you whether we should explore a couple of options that will still help out restricted account types. So this would include investigate a setting, which would disable selected combat styles, poll changing the combat rewards from a couple quests, including the nature spirit into XP lamps, include warnings on any quests that give combat XP before the quest is finished. Hopefully this will help out players trying to enjoy restricted account playstyles without making life even more complicated. We'll continue to find ways to support niche account builds in the future, but you won't be seeing the official account build system again.
Unfortunate. But I think, obviously, from the feedback, I think that's good.
What the people wanted, I guess.
I think that's good. No one liked that idea.
I liked it, but I don't have one, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, from my point of view, I could see how people wouldn't like it, and it just made sense to vote no for a lot of it. So, yeah, I think the way they went about it just wasn't good. So I'm glad that they're just completely passing on that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think what they said is kind of the only thing that I thought was a really good idea, which was disabling certain combat styles. Because it's if you only want to be a defense pure or a no combat pure at all, like a skiller, then you should just be able to essentially deactivate that. Because the only time you'll ever do any of the other things is by accident.
Yeah. So, you accidentally have auto retaliate on and just lose it.
Yeah, you accidentally have auto retaliate on and you spec with a warhammer or something and you just ruin your account.
Yep.
Just absolutely hundreds of hours ruined. So yeah, I think that's probably the only good thing.
That's a good idea.
They did make some mobile UI reworks. with a little bit of a lukewarm reception. This is it's critical to mobile gameplay, and the rework is something we're passionate about. So they want to make sure they do it right. So make sure to give your feedback if that's something you're interested in. And we'll go into more detail in upcoming news posts. But in the meantime, we'd like to hear more from you, your mobile playing habits, and what is your favorite or least favorite thing on the current client. So if you
Favorite,
are
100% the one-click dropping.
one-click dropping,
I love it.
That's so funny because that's not.
Because I'm just reading while dropping all these fishes right now.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so make sure to give them your feedback if you are a mobile enjoyer.
Moving on to the enhanced client. We're still hard at work making the new C++ client the best it can be, and the next update will be something you've been pestering us about for ages. So with the next set of features penciled in for May, you can expect to see ground items and the long-awaited loot tracker.
Dude.
So you'll have a better handle on all your loot-related woes.
Yeah, ground items is definitely big, but I'm still wondering for the life of me why there is no
Official loot tracker?
No, why there is no mod for disabling an entity hider. Why is there no entity hider on mobile? I feel like that is such an annoying thing on mobile.
It's just such a small screen. It looks so crazy
It
sometimes.
is, yeah. If you have 100 people
this isn't
on your
mobile.
screen,
This isn't mobile. This is the Jagex client.
Still,
but we're moving back on mobile. Talking about that.
Yeah, in both because mobile gets the enhanced client. Mm-hmm. So on both of them, even on the base game, they should have this anyways. Because if you have 100 people in Guardians of the Rift, it is so annoying trying to click on things. It makes me just not want to play the minigame.
You should respond to their mobile inquiry.
Yeah, I should. But yeah.
So for those unfamiliar, ground items is a system that names items on the ground so you can see exactly what's on the floor without having to right click or zoom all the way in. The minimum limit for loot can be set so that only items above a certain value threshold show up. Particular items can be prevented from showing up entirely, and items can be color-coded by value. The loot tracker will help you keep on top of the loot you've gathered. You'll be able to exclude certain items from the tracker, so only the ones you really care about show up. You'll even be able to track things like the number of marks of grace received from agility courses. That one's nice.
Yeah, I guess so.
They don't have that in Greenlight.
It's I kind of guess so, but also after you get 260, who really cares?
I'd actually be very curious to see where all mine are from. I don't know.
I guess so. I just feel like after you have the outfit, just don't care.
Well, now I'm going for, I want to get eventually every outfit color.
Well, yeah, eventually. But...
Yeah, so I would be interested in seeing.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know. It just doesn't, you'll get it eventually. You'll do thousands of laps. I'm sure you'll get it.
There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes to get the newest client onto the launcher, which means you'll soon have another way to play our newest clients alongside the Steam and mobile options. Stay tuned for more news soon.
Yeah, soon. Speaking of the new client, though, we have Jagex accounts. So speaking of the launcher, we're well underway with the closed beta we discussed a few months ago. Invited players have received inbox messages titled Jagex Accounts Closed Beta Invite, containing instructions for accessing the beta. As we said, we announced the closed beta will be inviting more players once we're satisfied with the feedback we've received. That said, we'd like to remind you all that all emails about Jagex accounts, all of them, will always include your character name and will never take you to a direct login page. So they don't want you to get phished. So it'll say your character name always in the email. So if it doesn't, and if it takes you to a login page, then do not follow it. Also, just never, ever click anything in your email that just ever, it's almost always a bad idea.
Yeah, they also have some more tips, too, to tell that's really them.
Yeah, so if you also have, if you are receiving unprompted emails from quote-unquote Jagex, make sure to always double-check how legitimate it is. Here's a couple handy tips. Check the subject line and or body for your RSN. If your accounts are secure, it's quite hard for scammers to know both your email and your RSN. We know both, and we will use both. You can activate your browser's phishing filters to alert you of potentially unsafe websites. Here, and they have a few links on how to enable them. We'll never send you a link which asks you to log in straight away. We may send you to landing pages, but you will always log in through your usual methods.
Cool.
If you're not sure, ask before clicking on any links. Contact customer support. And like I said,
that's the most recommended one, I'd say.
Yeah, this is like a general rule for life. Do not click on links in your email. if it's like, hey, click on this to go to our website, just Google and go to that website. Just
Yeah.
go find that website somewhere else. Don't click on the link. It's like one of the easiest ways to not just get scammed, but to get like random viruses and stuff like that. Tell your grandmas this tip. Don't ever click on links in your email.
Yes.
Um,
Good advice.
yeah, this is also obviously pertaining to this as well. So, um, yeah, just a little bit of information for anyone looking at Jagex accounts. They are coming out with more information every day and also adding more stuff every day. So make sure to keep up with that if you're interested. I'm interested in them adding some security to the game eventually.
Would love that. Couple miscellaneous things. So, did you see our revamped studio on the 10th birthday live stream? If not, catch up on all of the birthday shenanigans, including player design items, a look back at the first 10 years of RuneScape and birthday quiz, and a roundup with Mod Aiza and Sween. For those of you that are wondering about RuneFest, we also had the one and only Mod Pip join us for the beginning of our live stream to talk about old school and its journey. With the studio back in full swing, we hope to make more of its lovely, cozy aesthetic by hosting more in-person streams. This also means fewer annoying delays. There's only so much ModSpear can do. Even more exciting news, we don't plan to limit this to Q&A live streams either. We've been talking for a while about more stream activities we can try in 2023, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, so pretty cool. A bunch of community stuff going on. Also, for anyone that didn't miss it, as you saw just a second ago, they said Mod Aiza as well as Mod Sween. So for anyone that remembers, Mod Sween actually departed the Jagex team a little over a year ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, so he is back. He actually was one of the more beloved or known mods that actually left. It was pretty sad when he left, but he has, after doing a bit of other jobs and stuff like that, other projects for other studios, and even some consulting on the side for Jagex, has now come back, but as a senior marketing manager. So
he got a raise.
uh,
That's how they got him.
yeah. So, so he is back with a little bit of a change in title and position, but so he's back now. He says, one thing's for sure, old school RuneScape and its players are something special, and in my new role, I'm going to do my best so that I can spread that message to reach as many many would-be players as possible.
That's cute.
Yeah, so pretty cool person. Glad to see that they're back. And also Mod Manked has also joined as a junior content developer.
Nice.
So hopefully they're going to be able to add some stuff too.
Perfect.
But there are some stuff that we skipped over, of course, as always. So.
We skipped over the article for this week, which was Mystic Cards and Where They Came From, written by Mod Sarni, if you guys want to check that out.
Yeah. And if you want the full details of everything that we may have missed or anything like that, we, of course, always have links to the description
on YouTube.
And also you could just go to the OSRS news section and check out the live vlogs there.
Yes. But before we move on, it is actually the next day.
Yep.
Happy Thursday.
It is Thursday.
We have nothing new. Just wanted to let you guys know if we make any mistakes. That's why.
Yeah. So no new blogs or anything, unfortunately. So we'll just continue on to the next post, which is the community showcase.
Yep. So we are back with the new and improved Gilner Gazette and with special guest star, the community showcase.
So welcome to the old school RuneScape's very first player showcase. What's that again? In our last Gazette, we asked what you'd like to see from a revamped version. One of many changes we've implemented is to split content between the Gazette that you know and love and the all-new Community Showcase. And like we said before, that this is kind of just like a highlights of everything that's been going on in the community for the past little while, I guess, since the last one. Mm-hmm. But obviously, since this is the first, it kind of just is from any time this year, I guess.
I mean, wait, we're not that far in the year.
Yeah,
and it works because there's not a lot of updates this month or this week. Sorry.
Yeah,
so,
this entire month. But so like I said though, if you are a frequenter of like the subreddit, if you like staying caught up with stuff like that, then this is probably not going to be too much new stuff for you, and it's going to be a lot of similar stuff that you might have seen posts of already. But either way, it's kind of nice to see it all in like one place, especially if you don't keep up with this type of stuff.
Definitely.
They do go over the plan for the Gazette, but since we have already done that, we're going to skip on to the next part. So it says, as you can see, the plan for the Gazette is to feature updates on projects and other content-driven articles. But what about Post Bag from the Hedge? What about Player Creation Gallery? These types of things have found a new home in the Community Showcase. Also, I feel like I have to ask like who like is interested in the post bag from the hedge because I don't actually read those.
We don't read it, but I think that I didn't realize what it was because I just always skip it.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was like NPC's point of view answering you.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
could see what it's funny. It's like little comics, kind of.
Okay.
I don't read it, but clearly people are into it.
Either way, some things that are going to be in the community showcase are going to include the post bag from the hedge. It's the classic format will continue as Posty Pete travels Gilnor, delivers your letters to NPCs, and gets the responses. The player's perspective. This is an experimental feature where we hear from you. It comes in two forms. One where we ask experts to write articles like those by our JMods, and one where we ask the community a question and gather the best response.
I think it's cute, actually.
Yeah. The next one is going to be the Creation Station, an expanded version of Ye Old Player Creation Gallery, where we showcase your creations from drawings to pottery, model making, and more. And then the last two are going to be video highlights and community achievements. Video highlights be pretty self-explanatory,
Yep.
and community achievements are speaking of highlights. This is where we'll immortalize your in-game achievements from your first legit Inferno to your last 99.
I think
So-
that one's actually kind of cute
Yeah,
because it's just hyping people up.
yeah. Like I said, the last three are going to be more of like the kind of stuff that you'll see like on your Reddits or on stuff like that. But the first two are actually kind of unique, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Either way,
I like the community question. I think that'll actually answer those sometimes.
yeah. So there's going to be something for you more than likely, no matter like what you
Are interested
are
in.
interested in.
Something that does worry me though is that they're not going to keep up with two different things every month.
Yeah, I mean, they're really barely able to keep up with one thing. So now that it's two things,
I hope they could keep it up.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, they also do have a feedback section if you guys want to let them know what you think of this new format.
Yeah,
Anyway, moving straight onto the creation station. The first thing they have, oh my gosh, so Witchcraft YYT, I guess it's Witchcrafty YT like YouTube. You guys need to follow them on Twitter. They post the cutest Peepo things, and they showed a picture of Peepo celebrates 10th birthday, and it's the cutest. They actually make like comics for people all the time that are really popular.
yeah,
They're adorable. They showcase that. They also show like a cake with a Max cape on it. They show somebody's tattoo of a toad wearing a Max cape. We just have some cute little drawings here. Oh, also a Kraken cake. They have some cute stuff. I like art, so I check
Yeah.
this out.
So this is all like community stuff. This is
Oh, that's not a cake. What am I talking about?
yeah, it's the Kraken figurine as well as some Iron Man drawings and
Iron Man
also
cats. You need to specify. Come on.
showing the like the sizes of the different gods in the game and stuff like that. So actually some pretty interesting community stuff that
real life
people
twisted
made.
bow.
Yeah.
Some very cool things. Oh, and a dragon shield rug. That's actually sick. What the heck? They have
Yeah.
some really cool stuff. People are very talented in this community.
They definitely are.
It's so
I mean,
cool.
they have time, and this game's been out for pretty much ever at this point.
Yeah.
The next thing they go over is some video highlights. So this month that we wanted to highlight one of the most epic series, and they're talking about none other than the Gilnor games.
I still haven't finished the finale.
Yeah, so the Gilnor games finale did come out, I think like last week or something like that. But I don't really partake. I don't watch. Funny enough, I don't really like watching OSRS content too much, so I definitely don't usually watch it unless
Yeah.
it's something I'm interested in, particularly like if I'm like making gold or something. I'll watch old school flips or something like that. But
You did watch one episode with me, and you kind of got into the competition aspects.
yeah, kind of. But it's not something I'll watch by myself. That's
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
feel you.
But either way, the grand prize is worth billions of GP. So if
Yeah,
you're
whenever
interested,
they said the grand prize on the last episode, I actually like my jaw dropped in real life because I was actually surprised by it.
yeah, many monies. So more than they'll ever be able to use legitimately. So I don't know what they're going to use it for. But either way, you can check it out. The last episode has come up, so it's the end of the season, and they wanted to highlight that. Also, they have Solo Mission has made another video rebuilding his bank, making I think many hundreds of millions of GP in a single day. I don't know how, but he's done
Only
it.
in the wilderness.
But he's done it. My guess is it has to deal with selling the brand new items, or brand new, rather new items at this point.
I was thinking getting really lucky with PKing, but that'd be so unlikely.
Yeah. And also they have a video from Jimmy. Actually,
I've heard of this. I heard it's really good, but I haven't seen it yet.
it's funny because this is like a really old game concept. This is the concept of putting prop hunt into old school RuneScape. And this is, for anyone that doesn't know, this has been a game since a really, really long time, like over 20 years
Okay, will
old.
you explain what it is?
Yeah, so this game actually originated in the what's it called? In one of the mods for a Steam game. And essentially what you do is you can walk up, and I haven't seen the video, but this is generally how it works, is you can walk up to an item in the game and turn yourself into that item. And
Oh.
then the whole, point of the game is hide and seek, but in plain sight.
So there's like I haven't okay, so I haven't seen the video. They must be just using a plugin then
Y-
to do
yeah,
this.
no, yeah, certainly.
I
So
heard that it's really cool and that like people were like organizing their own games like this, which seems like it'd be a lot of fun.
yeah, so you can. I'm guessing in old school, it'll be like you can turn yourself into a bush and then place yourself as a bush around, and then there's various different ways to get yourself caught. For example, um, like there'll be items that'll show if there's like anyone nearby or something like that. But I've my favorite one is there's a Team Fortress 2 version of this, and Team Fortress 2, it's like a, team versus team type of stuff, but the main person that's hunting everyone has a flamethrower with only like a certain amount of flame, gas in the tank.
Yeah.
And they'll go around just like setting random things on fire, and if it's a person, then obviously they'll start running away, so you'll
Jeez.
just see like this bush running away or this sign running away on fire. And
That's funny.
yeah, so there's different ways to check whether something is or isn't a prop in this prop hunt. And this has been done time and time again with different games, but now obviously it is in old school.
Hmm.
And
I want to
so,
try this, I think.
yeah, it seems like a pretty interesting video idea. So I'd recommend checking that video out.
Yeah. I like you haven't even seen it and you're like, this seems interesting.
I haven't. But
Yeah.
something that also a lot of people have been interested in recently is the one inventory slot challenge, which
Or in this one too.
in this case, too, I think Settled made that kind of a like a big video series recently. So it's pretty cool. Ditterbitter and Foe have taken a new challenge with not one slot but two slots each, and for 1 hour and one stamina potion to create a setup before fighting to the death. So that's actually pretty cool.
That's a good idea. And then there's a few others, like the last one we'll go over is after 3 years, Hanani is back with her second. Can you play RuneScape without any English video? And this time, all the instructions will be in Dutch. So I need to go and watch this video. Actually, I feel like this would be great practice for my Dutch lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually made this just for you.
Yeah, no, I also like Hanani. She's entertaining. And I was in her charity video, so I feel like I am like fangirling over her all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
She showed up on my stream once, and I was like, is this really her or is this someone else? It was really embarrassing. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Moving on, for everyone that's already interested in the Settled Tile Man video, there is a new episode out, as well as, like I said, Flipping Old School has a new video for his new idea. So if any of you are already interested in those, then there's new episodes out. I recommend checking them out, but it's probably likely that you're already getting recommended them because you've probably subscribed like a good viewer, right?
Yeah. And of course, there's also videos out by smaller content creators. Like we put out one video. I know Gluten Girl just started putting out her videos for her tile account. So, it's not all just the hugest creators in RuneScape.
Yeah, I do think it's kind of unfortunate the way they highlight things in
It's only the most popular people.
Yeah, the way they highlight things in the community is only the already most popular of the community. So it's like, this is cool that they have a community showcase, but people that are already interested in old school are already watching these videos that we just mentioned.
Yeah, like I've already heard of most of those videos.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I would like to hear about stuff that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, like we already referenced Jimmy. Everyone knows about Settled. Everyone,
Everyone knows about Gilmore Games.
Everyone knows about Gilmore Games. I just mentioned Flipping Old School, so it's like everyone already knows about these videos. So I feel like they could easily use this community showcase to actually showcase the community and not just the 5 people that make up this community.
I mean, like still put their videos for sure, but maybe like I'm sure there's a lot of new video creators who only just started like the past few months.
Yeah,
that are like doing well.
On the blog, it's just like one video after the other. I feel like they could have done like for like the interface, for the UI of the website, they could have just done like 24 tiles or something, so it would have been 4 to 6 times as many creators, and then just like showcased a bunch of different videos,
and not put their names so you don't know, because I feel like a lot of people will only be attracted to the big names because they recognize them.
I feel like they should put the name because then you'll start recognizing him. That
Oh,
kind of
that's true.
defeats the
Yeah.
purpose.
Okay, never mind. That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should actually highlight the community instead of yeah. It just feels weird. Like you're like, all right, so these 10 people are the entire of the community. It's
Yeah.
like, all right.
You can still highlight their stuff and also highlight people who are just starting out.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that there's so many people that I've never heard of that are like amazing video creators.
Yeah, like there's actually a video series I saw recently on the subreddit, I think it was, that had a really good idea where they had a really funny idea where they were like getting XP or moving in the game based on like their real life movement. Like they hacked it so that they set up
Like
their
working out.
yeah, they set up their character connected to a treadmill so they could only ever play the account while walking on a treadmill.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, because it was like the way they set up the whole thing was really interesting and funny, and it was like a treadmill locked account essentially, and so they were
Wait, they
saying
should
like,
totally advertise that.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know if it's a
exactly.
video or just an account.
No,
But
it was a video, and they're gonna stream the entire progress of the account.
yeah.
And so I thought it was a pretty cool idea because they're like, one of the, I want to play this game forever, and so what's one of the best ways to live forever is like being healthy and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
that's
so
great. I like that idea.
yeah, so like they could easily have done that. That's something I saw on the subreddit. So if they just cruised through there for a little while, I'm sure they would have found some really great creators besides the top 10 already.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I also like the idea that you said of making the tiles smaller so they could fit more information on the screen.
Yeah, because this
Because
is only
it's like half a page just because the thumbnails are so massive.
yeah, these are just 6 videos that are all like 6-inch long thumbnails for the video.
Yeah, that part's a
So,
little necessary.
yeah, it's okay, but I just feel like it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, but anyway, moving on to community achievements. So we mentioned this before, but voting for the Streamer Awards is now live, and Bodhi has actually been nominated for Best MMORPG Streamer. You can vote now if you want to help him win, because I think that's the only OSRS streamer at all that's nominated for the Streamer Awards.
Yeah, that being said, there are a ton of different streamers. So if you watch WoW,
Yeah, I went and voted, and I was having Robert help me answer all the questions that I don't know. I don't watch the streamers.
yeah,
I
so
feel like, which cooks do you like?
the people that are in the category for best MMORPG streamer, there's actually only 4 options, which is kind of
Wow.
wild because I don't even know if these are the most popular options, but that's kind of wild.
They just received the most nominations, probably.
Yeah, so we have Max from World of Warcraft. He is the like rank 1 world first raider. I think they missed out on world first this year. Unfortunate. We have Asmongold and Bodhi and Sfand, which is another another WoW streamer. Kind of funny that these are all pretty much,
Wow.
or it's like WoW, OSRS, and WoW.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to see not WoW win, go vote for Bodhi.
Yeah, it's funny because they're all like playing games like World of Warcraft, New World, Final Fantasy, and RuneScape, but like
They didn't even say OSRS. They said RuneScape, not even old school.
yeah, if anything, any of these like content creators really only like dip their toes into the other ones, and pretty much all just play World of Warcraft. But
It's funny because like in our community, Bodhi's like such a big streamer and stuff, but like compared to these 3 people,
Yeah,
Bodhi's definitely the underdog.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because they all have their professional pictures taken with a white background, and Bodhi's is just like a normal picture.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Well, yeah,
Go vote for Bodhi.
Bodhi is definitely, unfortunately, the underdog here. Like
Which is he's not the underdog in our community
certainly,
at all.
yeah, he certainly is the big fish in our pond. He gets like several thousand viewers, but whenever Max is rating or he gets,
these people are like rich,
Yeah.
right?
well, yeah, I mean they have really big communities. Like Asmongold has several thousands of, or actually millions of like subscribers and stuff like that.
Okay, so he's richer.
Well, I don't know why that has to matter.
No,
but,
I'm just saying like they're like more well-known, famous-ish, I guess.
Yeah, that's not correlated to their money at all. But yeah, so yeah, they're more well known and have many more viewers than Bodhi. So
Yeah.
hopefully he wins. That'd be actually quite the upset.
That'd be very cool. Go vote Bodhi. And also just be cool because old school RuneScape would win something. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Literally no other categories have a RuneScape option on them.
No, none at all. So if you are an enjoyer of watching streams, then make sure to check out that the vote, so you can vote live for everyone in the respective categories.
I would like to say it's funny. There was a League of Legends category, and again, it's like everyone's headshots and then just somebody's mirror pic.
Yeah, it's just someone in the gym.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I like it. You
Yeah.
could tell who's like probably smaller streamers based on their pictures, because a lot of these are like professional portfolio pictures.
Yeah.
And then some are just regular pictures. Like T-Pain is also one of them. I voted for T-Pain as best music streamer.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
funny.
should have voted for an underdog, to
feel
be
like-
fair. I love T-Pain though.
I feel like it really just depends on what the kind of person is, because like for
That's true.
instance in the FPS streamer category we have Ace, which is one of the best FPS players of all time, which has like a legitimate headshot sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Summit 1G, which is actually one of the top 5 streamers of all time arguably, and are definitely in the FPS
Just
category.
wearing a hat with a shadow
And it's
over half
just-
his face.
Yeah, it's just he's just wearing a hat in his house. So it really just depends on, I guess, if people are like
No, that's
interested
so
in something
true.
or not.
Yeah. A lot of people do have like the professionals though.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at how many people have actual headshots. It's a lot more than
I didn't
would've
realize
guessed.
until we just looked, and I was like, oh, all of them have like the white background professional, and then Bodhi's just like smiling normal.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Also, it's funny how they have not just FPS games, but also specific games.
The very popular games.
Yeah, kind of funny. I
Yeah.
wonder how they went through each one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you guys should go check it out for sure and vote.
yeah. Either way, I'm sure you'll find something you like on there.
Definitely. But they also go on to congratulate some people on levels.
Yeah, so they highlight a few community achievements. One
So I guess that
is,
this would be people who aren't as well known.
yeah,
potentially.
Yeah, I guess so, because I don't know who any of these people are. But
Let's give them some shout outs.
yeah. Also, I wonder if this is like just a random person, but
I think it might be people on Reddit who are just getting stuff.
yeah, maybe because this person just got Minotaur got 99 prayer. So
They already have their Grandmaster done though. They're wearing the Zuck helm.
yeah, they have the Zuck helm and everything, but
Apparently
yeah, I
they don't have the
guess,
Zuck pet though, so good luck, good luck.
Yeah. Someone got spooned what looks like 4 KC Elysian. So
Yep, Shaman Jeff.
Shaman Jeff, Trickster 565 got 99 hit points. So GG on that.
And they got the 99. Their final XP drop came from a goblin.
Yeah,
I love when people go back to Limerick for their 99s.
They just spec'd a goblin. So
Yeah, wearing full bandos and stuff.
nice. Someone got their first Zuck cape with only 3 health left, so not even close.
After 25 attempts,
And-
cheesy 3 gum.
No inventory either. So
Yeah, they had 1 sip of Superstore left, and that's it.
yeah, and
I love that they included this.
yeah, the final person got a massive shout out to
Hey,
what?
Tom's my name.
Hey Tom's my name for keeping up with his 100 penguin agility course laps per day until he gets the agility pet. So I'm sure he'll be there for literally ever. He's at 15,200 penguin agility laps.
If you guys haven't seen, every day they go and post a penguin fact on Reddit.
Yeah, there
Every
you go.
day until they get the pet.
And this one is the Fjordal region on the west coast of South Island of New Zealand. The Stewart Island of the Solander Islands are also places where the main colonies of these penguins are.
Yeah, the Fjordland penguin.
The
He's a little
Fjordland
cutie.
penguin, yeah.
Every penguin's a little cutie. To be
yeah,
fair.
they do not live exclusively in ice, for people that did not know that.
Yeah, fun fact.
Fun fact. But yeah, so that's almost it. They have, of course, the post bag from the hedge, but we don't usually go over that.
Nah, I don't really. It's not my jam.
Yeah, but if
It's too
you
role play for me.
want to hear what Hadis Kazantis has to say about some of your questions, then you can go check that out. And they also have some players' perspectives for your old school memories.
Oh, wait, I did want to say this is funny on the Hadis Kazantis one. One
Yeah.
of the things that they said is, thank you for noticing my outfit. Really stands out from the crowd, doesn't it? Only took me 3 clue scrolls. You should give them a try sometime. You never know what you might find. Third age, did you call it? Never knew it was that rare. Okay, I get why people hate him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only 3 clue scrolls.
So at the very bottom, you can also check out what your old school favorite memory is. So they have
Yeah, this is the player perspective of this month.
Yeah, so they have a submission form for what your favorite memory from the last 10 years of old school RuneScape is. So you can submit it there and maybe get showcased in the next community showcase.
I should have asked ahead of time so you'd know. What's your favorite memory that you can think of right
My
now?
favorite memory from the last 10 years
That you
of
can
old
think
school
of.
RuneScape. Oh, this is easy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was 4 years ago whenever I started,
first started,
playing
kinda?
again. And it's whenever you log in for the first time and you hear the Lumbridge music.
Oh, that's really cute. That's a cute answer.
Okay. Well, what's yours?
I think still one of my favorites is whenever it was my 24th birthday and we were like on lockdown and we just spent like my entire birthday playing Barbarian Assault.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Lame.
I mean, I still now it's like rating and stuff, but I wanted to answer an older one. But anyway, that is it for the updates this week, and now we can move on to our Q&A.
Yeah, nothing really. Man, there's a couple
I mean,
things.
the TOB stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's really not much going on. If you have already done the quest like us, or if you're not learning TOB, then there's really no update this week, which is kind of unfortunate.
True.
But yeah, there have been some teasers from Mod Ash over on Twitter. I don't have them pulled up, unfortunately, but he has been dropping some interesting like tidbits about stuff that might be coming up really soon.
Yeah, when are we gonna get the dogs that they were talking about?
Oh, that's definitely not what I'm talking about. But no, yeah. So there has been like a few things here and there throughout the community that people are coming up, really soon. But
Nice.
yeah, nothing this week, unfortunately. But yeah, stay up to date with that over on Twitter. I think is actually weirdly enough the best place.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that they never put in news posts that I see on Twitter.
Yeah,
It's kind
absolutely.
of strange. Anyway, Q&A. So our first question is going to be from Bali over on Discord. What are your thoughts on changing the capes from raids to be normals rather than challenge modes, as hard modes and expert capes just add to the 1,000 cape? Like Chambers cape, for example, is 1,000 challenge modes, and Tob is just 1,000 normals. I think they should combine them. That's how well, maybe you don't know how this works.
Yeah.
In raids, you get extra capes with kill counts.
No, I do. Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. So Chambers, the only way to get it is to get those kill counts in challenge mode. But Tombs of a Maskate can be any, I'm pretty sure. And Tob can just be normals. And for some reason, Chambers of Zarek is just like way more annoying. I think they should just combine the total amount of your kills.
I don't know, because I think, one, I think the continuity is kind of weird, just in this game in general. But that
Of course,
kind of,
they're always changing.
yeah, that's kind of like weird, but also not weird, just because in my mind, a challenge mode Chambers is kind of on the same level as like a regular TOB, so it kind of makes sense for me in that way.
I doubt that was even their thought process, though.
No, probably not. But it doesn't make sense to me. And also, I don't know. I just don't really see people doing challenge mode TOB. Like, I think people only do that.
Hard mode TV.
Yeah, for like the flex. Like, I don't think really anyone does it like Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though, because like obviously in Chambers you do the challenge mode for the metamorphic dust and stuff like
And
that.
the kit.
And the kit, and there's nothing like that for the challenge mode for TOB, because
Isn't that how you get the recolor for the pets?
for
You don't just get it automatically. I don't think.
I don't actually know how you get the recolor for the pets in TOB.
I haven't done hard mode theater, obviously. Okay, yeah, we looked it up. You do get the dust from it, and that's also you get the ornament kits too.
Yeah,
There's
so I
not
guess,
many of them. There's only 2 ornament kits, but still, they're pretty nice.
Yeah, so I guess if you had the pet from there, I don't know, just one, like it's already less inviting for players, so I think less players are interested in it to begin with.
Yeah, I
Especially,
think it'll be a long time before I ever do this.
Especially now, like before, you'd be like, "Oh, cool, let me go get the scythe because it's 600 to 800 million gold," and so now no one uses the scythe, and also it still costs blood runes to power up and stuff like that. All the other drops essentially suck. So
I mean, but people could say the same things about chamber drops, and their capes are harder to get.
not necessarily, because the chamber still has best in slot. Like all of the mega rares are still really expensive.
Not all of them.
Well,
The Kodai's like 90. The Tibo obviously is over a mil. Elder Mall's only like, last I saw was like 12 mil.
okay, well, I guess like in a 1-to-1 comparison, there's way more like good drops, I guess, at Chambers, and Chambers is way easier.
I still just think that all the capes should just be the combined total. I think that there's some way more consistent way to keep track of it.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
make
guess
sense
so.
to have one be like, this is the hard version, this is the regular version, this is the medium version.
I
Like,
honestly
combine
just
all
don't
of them.
think there should be any capes at all, because like one, you're not going to wear them, and so you're only going to put them in your house, and so they should be for something that's actually
For collection log.
actually tough,
I think
or yeah, actually like an achievement.
Yeah, it's more just like grinding it more than anything.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the same thing as like the capes they give you in Gauntlet. I'm like, all right, cool. That's part of the collection log, but also who cares?
It's just for collection log.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It would be cool, I guess, if it was like, yeah, 1,000 hard modes or 1,000 challenge modes seems semi appropriate because then you're like, all right, cool. I've done this for a while.
It's actually 2,000, which is actually I think that's too much.
I
It's
mean,
too much for a cape.
again, it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
it's not even really a flex. You're just like, I've played this game for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be cool if they
We're consistent.
more consistent, but I don't think it should be for normals. I think it should be for
You think that
challenge
the top
modes.
mode should change? I think that they should all be normal. I don't think they should be normal. I think it should be like with TOA, I think that should combine entry, normal, and expert all together. It doesn't. They're all separate, which is kind of weird.
I think it should have a potentially like a decent achievement for hard mode, like 1 or 2,000, and then like a ridiculous amount for the combination, like
50,000.
no, like 5 or 10,000.
Oh my god.
Because then it would be like, oh, you have this cape. You're an actual like animal. Like you've done this forever. You know everything there is to know about this raid.
Sheesh. I guess.
Because I mean, what's the point of it besides that?
It's just collection log.
No, I know. Obviously,
No, but
I
I
know
mean,
that.
no,
but
I'm saying that
like,
is the point. It's just for the collection log.
I mean, you're not going to finish the collection log anyways, though.
Hey, you don't know that.
It doesn't. Yeah, so it's like
I'm gonna be the first person to finish in our lifetime.
yeah, I was like, so that's not even really the best point. It's like, sure, you're gonna green log this, and then what? Like,
It is satisfying to turn green.
yeah, I
But
guess
yeah.
so.
Anyway, we can move on to our next question. This one is from Hariger on Discord. So, question time, get it? What is your favorite quest from each difficulty level? All right, so
We actually had to look this up, obviously.
we did. Yeah, and I mean, there's so much quest. It was crazy. I had to like reread on some of them, like what happens in them. But so Hariger's Novus one is Death Plateau.
Also, is it Novus or Novice? I've
Oh my
said Novice
God.
my whole life.
I guess it's Novice. I say Novus.
I know, but you also
the
say a lot of other weird things.
Easiest one. Hariger said Death Plateau. For me, it's Gertrude's cat because there's just cats in it. That's my only reason. They're cute cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for my Novice, I put Plague City.
Any reason or just because? You
Um,
don't have to have a reason.
mostly because it's the starting of one of my favorite quest lines.
Oh, the elf one?
Yeah, and it's a really easy quest too. It's even listed as very short.
Yeah. Next up, for intermediate, Hariger answered the Fremenic Trials. For me, I said Mountain Daughter. I was torn between...
Really?
Yeah. I was torn between that and I think it's like the Soul's Bane or something.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Because those two are both like some of the more emotional quests, I think. I actually like them. I like the stories a lot.
I
Mountain
guess
Daughter
so.
always makes me kind of sad, but like I think it's a good story.
Yeah, okay. And then mine was Temple of the Eye because of not the quest, but the mini game,
What's the Temple of the Eye minigame?
Gardens of the Rift.
Oh, that's Guardians of the Rift?
Yeah.
Wait, I totally forgot the name of the quest. That's funny. All right, for experienced, Harger said Dragon Slayer 1. I answered, I wasn't sure about my answer. I answered Rag and Bone Man 2. Okay, let me clarify
Yeah,
why.
so Michelle is going to be actually put into an insane asylum recently.
I liked that this was something that you could work on while you're doing other quests. I was using the optimal quest guide and like stuff on Wiki. So whenever I'd be doing quests, they'd be like, hey, while you're here, grab these bones for Rag and Bone Man 2. So I liked that. It was something that I could do while doing other quests, and it kind of takes you all over Gilmore. Am I romanticizing it in my memory? Probably. I probably hated it.
Yeah, so like I said, she's going to see a doctor right now.
I don't feel great about that answer, and I knew I was going to be judged, but it's okay.
Yeah, so that's really weird. But a normal answer like mine would be King's Ransom because
I literally don't remember that quest. I even read it on Wiki, and I was like, I don't recall doing any of this.
I don't really care about the quest too much. I just know that you, after that, do Knight's Waves, and that's how you get piety.
Yeah, that one's a good one. Next up for Master, Hariger answered Desert Treasure. I chose Secrets of the North, the new one. I actually think that's a really cool quest.
Yeah, and then
I think the story's cool. I think the Muspa's pretty cool. I liked all the puzzles in it, even though I couldn't figure it out myself.
yeah, I didn't do it, so I do not know.
Oh yeah, you should do it sometime.
And for mine, I put Night at the Theater, just because I think they still should have that for each and every raid. I don't know why they don't. It's kind of really weird.
They could have easily done for TOA with Beneath Cursed Sands as well.
Yeah, Yeah, they should have.
Or even just like a mini quest after.
Honestly, I just think it's really weird that people are just in games a lot of the time. They're just like expected to, like, they're like, all right, so you're max level, go do this stuff and then raid.
You're
And
like,
it's
what
like,
raids?
yeah, it's like, I hate that you have to be so. I like it, but I also hate that you have to be so connected to the wiki or to outside sources of information.
I don't think I even knew that there were raids in this game until after we started the podcast.
Yeah, there should be like a little section of your quest list or something like that.
That's like, hey, try out a raid.
It's like, are you in the end game? Question mark. Do these things, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like so many people could be raiding if they wanted to, and that would be like interesting content for them. But they
just don't know where it is or how to do it.
They either don't know that it exists, or if they know that it exists, it's like this boogeyman of content where like,
it seems unattainable.
Yeah, they're like, I'll never do this because I don't have like max gear.
Yeah, literally, I was fishing last night trying to convince people at Barbarian Fishing to come try out TOA. I was like, I will raid with you. We'll do easy. It's fine. Because they were like, oh, I'm just a meager little skiller. I don't even. They asked me what TOA meant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not everyone knows what's going on in the game.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool that you had to do that to get your quest cape, because that's like one of the things that like everyone recommends. Are like, oh, go get your quest cape. If you don't know what to do, go get your quest cape, which is also a lame recommendation.
Which doesn't help with chambers, though.
Yeah, but also it's like, yeah, you have to do one of the raids, which happens to be the most unwelcoming raid of all of them, which is
slightly
weird.
More welcoming now, though.
Yeah, where I guess the other ones for Tomb of a Mascot, they take you there, but they don't have you do the raid, even though it's by far the easiest.
They should
raid.
Really just have you. They should even just do like just like a quest version, like a shorter version of it, just so you get a general idea.
Yeah, like how they do for I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, I like that answer. Also, I really liked after they redid the Night of the Theater. It was actually a pretty fun quest.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. The storyline was interesting as well.
Yeah, so I don't know why they don't have that, but they definitely should.
Someday.
Yeah, hopefully.
Next up is Grandmaster. Hariger answered DS2. So there is only 3 options. It was a pick your poison.
Monkey Madness 2, Song of the Elves, and DS2.
Yeah, I don't like any of these too much, but I chose Song of the Elves because I love Prifddinas. That's my reasoning.
Oh, okay.
And unlocks Prifddinas. I think that's a good unlock.
Yeah. I did DS2 as well as Hariger, and yeah, mostly
Vorkath.
just because Vorkath. Also,
Robert used to love Vorkath.
The fights are pretty interesting. I feel like they're tough enough that they're worth your they're tough enough that it's like not too hard to learn, and they're worth your time to learn because they're also just decent bosses. So
that's true. And it was your first pet, was Worky.
It was my first pet. Yes, it was. I got around 900 KC. But
some nostalgia there.
Yeah, overall, it's just a pretty good quest. Also, I felt like it took a long time, but not like an egregiously long time. Where I felt like Song of the Elves, I was like just running around forever.
I wasn't sure about answering Song of the Elves because Song of the Elves is one of those quests that I actually had to leave and go train before I finished it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do the same for DS2, but in my memory, I just like... I don't even remember fighting Galvic, but every time I watch someone fight Galvic, I feel like gross about it. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that again.
I did DS2 with almost like a max range setup with a Dragon Hunter crossbow.
Oh, that helps.
So I didn't really have any problems with it.
Oh, I had problems with Vorkath. I remember you had to help me.
Yeah.
You were sitting next to me helping me.
Yeah. And on top of that, same thing with Monkey Madness. That quest takes forever.
Yeah, no one's gonna choose MM2.
Yeah, and so I don't know.
The dog split.
DS2 just felt like the best paced, and you got a really good reward at the end of it. So
that's true. It is a really good reward for Vorkath.
Yeah, so that's why I chose that.
Yeah, I like that question. Next up from Wraith over on Discord as well. So Wraith asks, which piece of content do you wish was more popular? Their answer: I'm a little disappointed Jagex has seemingly given up on the clan hall.
True.
Yeah.
Literally dead on arrival.
When it was released alongside the new clan system, the expectation was it would be greatly expanded. We recently got a few changes, but certainly nothing too exciting yet. Emergency of 3, clan halls were major hubs of activity. Their activities contribute resources each week to maintain the clan citadel, tons of customizable features and decorations, and it was a great environment to showcase your clan and socialize with others. Check out the clan citadel page on the RS3 wiki to get an idea. Wish we had something similar in OSRS that could make the clan hall a much more popular place to spend time. I would like to say that is the one that should be the most popular. I won't answer the same. I do have a backup option, but I think that's I'd so agree.
Yeah, I haven't thought about this question, but
I told you, but yeah.
if I think about your answer too long, it makes me upset
Because it actually makes
because
no sense.
it is the stupidest waste of time in the game.
It sucks
Because
because people are always asking, like, if we have a clan and stuff, and I'm like, I feel like there's no point. I mean, unless they changed it, they totally gotta change it. The weird efforts that goes to invite people to the clan feels not
oh my
worthwhile.
goodness. Yeah,
It was
so
really annoying. At least back then it was.
yeah, so the weird nuances in inviting people into the game make it so just such an erroneous task. Like it's like you have to go through so many hoops just to invite someone to the clan, and for what? Literally no
Hmm.
reason to invite someone to the clan. So all they did was ruin clan chats by turning them into friends chats, and it's like now everyone has to switch over to this new system, which is the same as the old system, just different. And then they also added clan halls, which are like, this is going to be this cool thing. Everyone's
Never
going to
added
have clans.
anything like that you can customize or anything. Remember
No.
they showed all the options for the different designs, and we're like, yeah, they'll probably introduce those later, and they never did.
Yeah, so they had these three really cool designs for the clan
Yeah, they had
halls.
elf. They had like the Mirdich kind of, or like
Yeah,
what's that area called? Yeah, Mirdich.
the vampire one. And then
Yeah.
so they didn't do any of that. They
We
made
thought
it
that that'd be like an option later to change it, and it never was.
and we're like, "Oh, cool, maybe you'll be able to like use the coffer there for giveaways." The coffer could only hold like 1,000,000
They
GP.
changed it now, right? It can't
Yeah,
hold
they
more.
changed it now.
But it's
But
like kind of too little, too late, honestly.
it's years later.
Yeah.
And so
And the drop parties, there was no drop parties
there
initially.
you couldn't have drop parties for years. You like what's the point of any of that? Like you just wasted that dev's time. Like you
Hmm.
might as well the whole reason they did this is so that they could add the group Iron Man system, and they just wanted a roundabout way of introducing it. It's like just introduce the system and then do GIM. Like I don't know why
Yeah.
you needed to add clan halls to get everyone hyped up for
Everyone,
nothing.
we were so excited about it. So excited, and then it was so lame.
It was so annoying.
It was cool for like a day, but then as soon as we'd go to invite people, like it would. I remember we had to like tally to the same world as them, and it was just like annoying. You'd think that'd be easy,
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
you know what it should do? It should have it so that people can just automatically, like, okay, I don't understand how much work it would be. I'm guessing a lot because of the way they segment their realms or, their worlds and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But you should be able to do it so that someone just applies. This could be done on the same world. Someone just applies, and then you get like a notification that someone applied, and then you could just immediately accept them.
Yeah.
Like, and they could just do it by typing in your name or something like that, like from anywhere. I don't know why you need to go to the board, sign up, and then have the person come over to the board as well, and then apply there. Or you have to go up and right click them. Like, what is this song and dance of inviting someone to the clan?
I don't know if it's changed at all, but that's how it was, and that was really annoying.
Yeah, like the only reason that friends chat slash clan chat is an actual interesting and good thing is because you can join them
From anywhere.
anytime from anywhere with no requirements, and you can leave at any time anywhere with no requirements.
Yeah.
And it provides the same uses as a clan hall.
I know. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to think back like how excited everyone was and that they just kind of gave up on it.
Yeah,
And then
it's
whenever
like
they did put effort into it, it was kind of like too late.
yeah, it was a complete waste of everyone's time.
Yeah.
The game's time, the players' time, the devs' time, everyone's time was a waste because that content was literally dead on arrival.
I feel like it's something that they could fix in the future, but it's like annoying that they still haven't.
Yeah,
They're gonna do it so late. They're gonna be like a decade later, be like, "All right, we've decided to improve it."
and then further to your point, like they could have so many things to make it not dead content. Like again, you could do something similar. Like maybe you could add a way that if you contribute enough items, that you'll be granted like XP like globally through your clan. Like you'll get an additional like I don't know 5% extra XP or maybe a costume's worth of XP.
Hmm.
So 2.5% extra XP. Just that alone would be enough for people to be like, all right, let's go and get like 1,000,000 Numalite or whatever it would require to go
Yeah, to help out the
to
clan.
like get this. And it would last for like a week. So you have to like redo it every week or something like that. And it's just
There's a lot of things that they could do.
something
I
as
hope they
simple as
do.
that would create a sync in the game for items and also would be beneficial that people would want to do, and maybe make it so that it has to be like Iron Man low key, like you have to go
Yeah, that's what I
collect
was
this
thinking. You
stuff.
can't buy
You
it.
can't buy it. And yeah, I don't know. Like it's just so lame. It's just such lazy design.
Yeah, I agree. I like how this has turned into our rant against clan halls.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was trying to think of what else I think would be cool that would be more popular, and I was scrolling down through mini games, and this is such a weird answer, but I think of the SAR Fight Pit.
Yeah.
That's my next one because you had to do that for diaries, and if you guys don't know, it literally says it's a safe mini game in which players fight against each other in a free for all arena, and someone just gets crowned champion at the end. And you had to do that for the diary, and I thought it was so fun actually trying for the diary. It's kind of like LMS, but it felt different.
Yeah.
Maybe because there's only two of us because nobody plays this content. But I actually thought that was really fun. It's like a different version of LMS. And yeah, I thought it was really cool. I think that'd be cool if that was popular again. Just like, I just want a horde of people are running killing each other. Because LMS is more singular combat and then you move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would just be anyone going, I could attack everyone in the room.
I agree.
But
That'd
yeah.
be cool.
What do you wish was more popular?
I don't know if I wish it was more popular, but I wish it was just had more attention paid to it and done better. And it's gonna be Barbarian Assault.
I was thinking I wish I wish that they made it more enjoyable for people because I like Barbarian Assault, but a lot of people hate it.
Yeah, Barbarian Assault
People
I
dread it.
think is fun enough, but the thing is, there's only people doing it because either they're one of the few people that enjoy it. Some people do
Me.
enjoy it, or they're doing it to make money because they can
Carrie.
they can sell their services, or three, they're doing it because the torso exists.
Or there's a diary, an elite diary.
Yeah, or the Elite Diary, or the Penance Queen pet. One, I think they need to like revamp it. One, so that there's like some penalties for leaving because people leave all the time.
Yeah, it's messed up. People will just
Um,
unlock theirs and be like, all right, screw you guys, we're on wave 9, I'm out.
Yeah, like the fact that you can't like recruit after wave 1 is kind of a weird thing as well. Like if someone
Yeah.
leaves at wave 9, you just lost
Yeah.
20 minutes of your time.
The only way that you can continue is if someone else who happens to be on wave 9 joins.
Yeah, so like if two people on wave 9 both were like left their party, and now you have two groups of 3, so one of them has to like poach one of the other
Yeah,
groups.
it's weird.
like such a weird dynamic.
Also, you said 20 minutes. When you're learning, when you're not going with people who are really fast, it's like more like 50 minutes each game.
Yeah,
You'd be
so
like 40 minutes into the game by then.
yeah, so and on top of that, the rewards are okay in that the torso exists, but if
Yeah.
you are at all into the medium part of the game, intermediate part of the game, then that doesn't matter, and so you're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So and also
Unless you want the pet, but that's like really rare.
yeah, again, the pet or the Elite Diary, but it's not worth your time besides that. So I feel like they have like a really good. The fact that it still persists as a community shows that it's a really good mini game. But the fact that they don't, again, it's just lazy.
I think they should give you XP in it, and they could just give you like smaller amounts of XP. I think that the 0 XP thing is also makes people be like, well, it's XP waste if I go and do this.
I think you should get XP, and I think you should get points that you can spend on more XP.
Oh, like lamps and stuff. Like kind of like pest control.
Exactly like pest
That's
control.
that's a really good idea. I like that.
Because then it doesn't feel like a complete waste of time.
Yeah, because there's even like in times where I feel more like XP inclined, where I'm like, well, I don't want to do Barbarian Assault because I want to go in skill. Because you get 0 XP the entire time.
Yeah, or maybe just don't get any XP the whole time, and then you can allocate it the way that you want.
I like that, like
So
kind of
then,
like lamps.
even if you were like a pure account or something like that, then you could actually still level your pure account that way.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
They could do a lot with Barbarian Assault. I wish it was more popular in a positive way rather than people dreading it.
Yeah. Also, it's so lame that the meta for it has been the same since like forever, and the fact that I've been looking at the subreddit, and apparently BA's been busted for 3 weeks because they still haven't fixed like the poison thing in Barbarian Assault.
I thought they fixed it.
They fixed like the most broken part of it, but
Oh,
people
but
are
not
saying,
completely?
yeah, people are saying that it's still not right in a few ways,
That's so annoying.
which is like just so weird. And they're all like some people are like, it works perfectly fine for me, but people that play it often are like, yeah, no, it's still really bad in like some ways.
That's frustrating.
So I don't know. It's just again, yeah, it just feels like laziness. Like I mean, I'm sure there's a lot to do and they're understaffed because they obviously are, but I don't know. It just feels like
Just doesn't make sense that they're
they could make it a
understaffed
lot
even.
they could make it a lot better.
Yeah. Uh, but I guess kind of on the note of will they make it better? Our final question this week is from Matt over on Instagram. He said that he has a question that's kind of hard to answer, but do you think OSRS will exist 10 years from now? If so, how will the size of the daily player base compare to today? He personally thinks that it will exist, but it'll be smaller than today, maybe about 30% of the players. Personally, I do think it's going to still be going. So I was like looking at the past few years of OSRS, and it's only been going up every year. Maybe not like by the largest amounts,
Yeah.
but it has still been going up. It doesn't even come close to WoW, but like I think if they continue on the trajectory that they've been going with all these updates and like potentially if they get like more active with it, you know, like actually hiring more people so they're not understaffed, then I think that they definitely could go 10 more years. And I think that it'll be a little bit more players, but I never think that it will be like insane.
Yeah.
I can't see it ever being like WoW, really.
Yeah, I think no matter what, the player base will like technically be increasing like over time just because one
Mm-hmm.
there'll be more people that are
Looking for games.
playing games and stuff like that. But I don't think it'll be cuz in 10 years the game well, we looked up like how old games are and I feel like at that point, people will kind of start getting aged out of it because I think a lot of people play it from childhood.
Yeah.
And then as people get to be in their 30s and 40s, I feel like generally they just have less time or stop playing video games unless it's like a rare occasion.
I mean, you have a lot of friends in their 30s that even have kids that play video games.
Yeah, I do, but
I think
also they
we're
don't they only play like I said very rarely if like at all.
yeah.
So it's
Sorry
like
also for that noise.
yeah, so there's gonna be more people that just are like, all right, I have less and less time, and or they just find themselves not like they get a kid and they just replace the video games with their child.
Okay, I think it's also important to think like people like us, we don't want kids. There's tons of people who probably don't want kids.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but I
will they
mean,
necessarily get more busy?
yeah,
It's
no,
not
you will.
yeah.
You do get more busy as you get older because you will have like either a career or friends, or you'll just have less interest in video games.
Bold of you to think we'll have friends, but I hope we do. It's like 26-year-old Michelle is into Bunebape or RuneScape. No way, I actually called it that. But will 36-year-old Michelle be?
I mean,
It's
that's
hard to tell.
yeah, even then, like it's just something you see over the years. Like whenever you are playing video games, whenever you were 16, you have way more time, way less responsibility, and so you get really hooked into a game. And then you
Hmm.
come back 5 to 10 years later because it's nostalgia based. And that's a lot of like how WoW has been. But even WoW over the years, people have stopped playing because they have less nostalgia. They just have less time. There's so many factors that go on into why people stop playing as they get older, but they do stop playing.
So you think it'll still have more players, but it won't necessarily have as many of the players it has today.
I think it'll have less players and well, I think it'll have technically more players, but by that I mean like people will like log in and check it out, but there will be less old time players, which is where they get the large amount of player base they have now. I think that'll drop off and there will only be more players because of like people checking it out from time to time, but I mainly think like the difference is going to be in comparison to other games, it'll become a wider margin.
Hmm.
So like there's going to be like new games that come out that are either similar to RuneScape or just straight up better than RuneScape and people are going to choose those over it more consistently. And so while the game's community technically might be growing, the margin between it and other games will widen and it'll become less popular.
Yeah, I could see that. But also, I wonder, like, because I don't know if over 10 years, I feel like you wouldn't even want to play the same account. So I wonder if the nostalgia could bring us back again in 10 years and make us as involved as we are now, you know? Like, if
Yeah,
we
maybe.
stopped playing in 3 years, 10 years from now, we might be like, oh my God, I used to be obsessed with this game. I have tattoos inspired by this game. Like, I want to go play this again. And I could see myself making a new account and getting into it again.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's definitely like older people that play the game, but that's such like I mean, there's that in every game, but that is such a small percentage of the game that it wouldn't be enough to be an actual community.
I think that it changes as well because we're definitely from like a gaming generation. Like as is right now, like 40-year-olds, maybe there's not like a huge demographic of them playing games, but like when our age group is all 40, I think that there will still be a lot of people playing games because we grew up playing games more.
Yeah, I
We are
mean,
more gamers.
but potentially.
It's
Well,
like in retirement homes, like right now there's probably not much people playing games, but like when we're retirement age, there'll probably be tons of people playing games.
yeah, but the thing is, like I said, there's going to be newer games or
That's
better
true. We'll
or
just switch to other stuff.
better games, and we've seen that over the years. Like if you look at like some of the most popular games, like World of Warcraft, for example, like its main hype was whenever the third or the second expansion came out, so
Hmm.
like 2009 or something, 2010, something like that. And so since then it's gone down, but other games have become better, so or have gotten more popularity. So it's not like those people just like they got older and then they came back and so it has the same popularity. No, it's like decreased by a lot over the years, from
Hmm.
10 million to now like 3 or 4 million, which is, I mean, still a lot, way more than old school, but it's because they moved on to other games
Yeah,
so it's like those people that are still playing games are still going to pursue better games,
that's
like
true.
just because they stick around. They might visit it every once in a while, but like I said, that's not going to be the community that you would think a video game would have. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how into it I'll be in 10 years. I'd like to think I'm still into it, but who knows?
Yeah,
There's
it's
it's like eventually they'd run out of stuff unless they introduce them. I mean, but then there'll be like new raids and things over time. It's hard to think
yeah.
about.
I don't know. It's just something that, I mean, most people just fall out of love with games. That happens all the time.
True.
So
You and RuneScape's love-hate relationship.
I think even if it was the best game of all time, technically, I think people would still stop playing eventually,
Hmm.
or it'll be cyclical, which is kind of how it seems like a lot of games are now. Where like for another thing, I keep going back to World of Warcraft because that's like where all my friends are, so that's where I have like the
Yeah.
most data from. But so like I have friends that have played it for the 15 or 20 years since the game's been out, and they'll only play for the first few months of a new expansion, and then for the next year and a half that expansion goes on, they don't really play.
I think if they want to keep expanding, they are going to have to add like more skills and stuff over time. Because I think that stuff like that brings people back to the game as they want to max.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I don't know. I think also people are introducing more games similar to
Hmm.
old school.
Like Albion's kind of similar.
Well, yeah, kind of, but just more like grindy, like hardcore games and stuff like that. Just because whenever people see like an easy market that doesn't have a lot of competition, then they'll like, find a way to go in there and, make a new game for that.
Hmm.
So I don't see why people continue playing RuneScape over a newer game that is like catering to them more. But I don't know, maybe if
Yeah.
RuneScape makes more changes, then they just are better. But
So if they want to stay relevant over the next decade, they have to work hard to try and be better than these other games that will probably pop up.
yeah,
Yeah.
because eventually they might just fall out of touch with the community. There's plenty of things that they could do wrong, and they'd have to do a lot right, I think, for people to just stick around forever.
True. I agree. Especially because like over time, everyone's gonna max and all that. So that's like a lot of people's incentive to keep playing right now.
Yeah, so I guess I think I already knew this going into this question, but it's kind of like a non-answer. But it's like, will it
A
exist?
lot of our answers to every question are just non-answers, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but it's like, will it exist? Yeah, it'll probably exist, either not in the form that it is now or in a much worse state because there's just going to be less community around it.
I think that there will be more players, but not too much more. And I'd like to think I'll still be here, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll probably move on to another game. We'll
yeah,
see.
I don't know.
I think I'll always play games though.
Yeah, I think I'll always play games to some extent, but I
I'd
don't
like to
know.
think someday I have more money to like travel and stuff, and I'll not have to as much. I mean, but also if it's my job is content creation, I guess I'd have to always
Yeah,
play
if it's your
games.
job, obviously that's totally different. And like it's like still not even my job, but still kind of my job. But like
You help with the YouTube and stuff sometimes.
even me as I've gotten older, like I used to play games like seemingly like infinite amounts of time. Like even last weekend I played.
I was like, what do you mean last weekend you did that? You stayed up 30 hours.
But even then, that's not as much as I used to play.
Yeah.
And so like even as I get older, I find myself playing less and less. Even
Yeah.
though
You're still playing more than the average person.
even though I'm arguably like one of the more like quote unquote hardcore gamers you'd like ever meet. Like even with that being said, I still play less.
Yeah.
As I get older.
That's fair.
So maybe eventually it'll be 0. So
I don't think I'll ever be 0. But anyway.
yeah, tell us.
That was like our 20-minute long answer to that question that we didn't really answer.
Well, yeah, it's just a hard question. But if you plan on playing video games for the next 10 years, let us know.
I think I'll
And
always
specifically
play.
RuneScape.
I think that there's no way that I will ever completely stop playing video games. Even if I'm just playing like little games on my phone, like Candy Crush, whatever Candy Crush is in 10 years, whatever Candy Crush is in 30 years, you know, I'm sure I'm always going to be playing something.
Yeah.
I'm just trying it out. What do you think you're going to be interested in that you're older that you'd stop playing video games though?
Anything, honestly.
Yeah, you can get more hobbies over time.
Well, yeah, what I think it is I think people play video games because it's accessible and it's obsessible.
It's so obsessible.
So I think if someone's like, oh, I'm going to pick up woodworking, and then they become obsessed with woodworking and it's easy for them to get into it, I don't see why they wouldn't just spend an equal amount of time doing that.
It's fair.
So it's really just a hobby.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think because I'm very interested in this. Where do you think RuneScape will be in 10 years?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't think it'll be dead just because
I don't think it'll be dead at all.
MMOs don't die in that way unless
they like fade, really.
Unless they're like really dead.
Yeah.
Like if there's like, 1,000 people that play it or less.
And I don't think that's ever going to happen for RuneScape.
But yeah, like even like so many people are like, oh, this is the next WoW killer. Like this new MMO is the WoW killer. And it's
Nothing ever has been.
Anyone that's played WoW knows that it'll be around forever, and the only thing that can kill a successful MMO is itself.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it goes from here. Like either the game will continue to improve and adapt, or it'll eventually just, wane into nothingness.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys want to ask any questions yourself, you can on any of our social media. So we have Twitter and our TikTok are both Bunebapeosrs. Our Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch are all Bunebape. So twitch.tv/Bunebape. I stream 5 days a week. Sorry, I'm not used to adding TikTok to that list, so it really threw me off for a second there.
Ticker talker.
Yeah, and you can join our Discord on the YouTube links, or you could find that over on Twitch. And we do weekly Bond giveaways. You guys questions, you can hang out, ask people to play games with you. Unless you're too old and mature to play games with us. But yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it
for this week.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for listening. Hopefully,
thanks for listening to our rants.
Yeah. Hopefully, you all enjoyed it, and if so, then we'll see you here next week. Thanks again, and we'll see you all
very soon.
Bye
bye. Meep merp.